Sports fans, welcome to Snow Canyon High School for a showdown. It's Utah versus California. Good evening. Welcome to our Boulevard home game of the week. Devin Dixon, Keith Curtis. We got Connor Collins here, keeping us going on the radio and the internet. Paulie Ratliff back in the studio. You've been listening to the Region 9 Tailgate Show. And Keith, here we go. An out-of-state opponent for the Snow Canyon Warriors, the Phantoms of Cathedral High School. And boy, oh boy, this looks like a very athletic team, and they come in 1-0. Meanwhile, Snow Canyon comes in 0-2. Very easily could have won both those games, but they've let leads slip away in the second half.
Second half hasn't been their friend. I was here for week one, that tough game against Stansbury. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see the contrast of styles here. I think we're going to see some speed, some athleticism from Cathedral. And then we got some dudes banged up, as we'll talk about in our pregame show for Snow Canyon, how they can handle it.
Yeah, welcome you into the Sport Court of Southern Utah pregame show. And boy, oh boy, you want to get ready. Your kids can enjoy year-round fun right in the cozy confines of your backyard with a brand new basketball court or pickleball court from Sport Court of Southern Utah. Go to the website. Go check out their beautiful new showroom on Old Highway 91. sportcourtofsouthernutah.com. One of the things that we want to get into here is the injuries. No Andrew Castro tonight for Coach Mike Esplin. That's one of their big linemen, one of their leaders. He's not going to go, we're told.
He's a big hole they got to fill, and unfortunately for the Warriors, that's going to be, it could be a committee of guys that they go to try to see who can plug and play and, get their feet wet and do a good job. So that's a big loss for the Warriors, that's for sure.
Yeah, looking at probably most likely, based on what we saw in warm-ups, Terry Hamilton, a senior, 5'10", 260, will get the start at that position for Coach Mike Esplin. Coach now in his 9th season here at Snow Canyon, and Warriors, not their last tune-up before Region 9 play. They'll go out of state again next week, and they'll play the team that Desert Hills is playing tonight. Desert Hills is down in Las Vegas playing Centennial High School, and next week, because the Warriors got the week 1 bye in region play, they're going to go down to Las Vegas and play Centennial as well.
Well, it might be a good time to go down there. I think, if I remember right, Desert Hills has picked to win tonight, if I remember. So, if they could get maybe a victory tonight, go down there and get another one, get something rolling into region play, get a little more healthier, could be a nice little spot in the schedule for them to get things rolling.
Thunder, 8 o'clock start. We'll keep eyes on that and all of the other Region 9 games tonight. But this one, the Phantoms, I like that mascot. What do you think? I've never heard a high school team nicknamed the Phantoms. I like it. It's original. I mean, you hear about the Bulldogs all the time, but the Phantoms, I've never heard that nickname. I think I'm going to enjoy saying that all night long.
and it's cool to say it, right? Yeah, I'm really excited to see what they can do. Their quarterback is electric. He's only a sophomore, small guy, but he can move. So Snow Canyon's got to be able to box him in and keep an eye on him, or else he can get around that corner. He's trouble.
Here inside our pregame show, we're going to get our Findlay Subaru Star Watch. Go see the all-star lineup on the saving side of the freeway. Also going to get you the House of Jump starting lineup. Hey, get over there for some fun this weekend or your kid's next birthday party. Go to houseofjump.com. We've got lots to do to get you ready for kickoff. Got about less than 12 minutes till Cathedral and Snow Canyon shows down. Your thoughts, Keith, just on the start of the season for our local team so far. Just 2 wins, 12 losses. Region 9 teams are not used to that kind of start.
Fans around here are not used to that. In fact, we're used to being it the opposite way. But, we've had the Crimson team that dominated last year, lost 40 seniors. And, there's been a big change over here at Snow Canyon. But they've always been able to reload and reshuffle. But you know what? They've taken their lumps early. They've played really good competition, though, Devin. And so that's something that, coaches can teach from and learn from, the kids can learn from. So in the future, when region play comes around, it'll be very beneficial for
if
them.
You don't get everybody hurt. And that's been a big problem. Some of these teams have been playing 6A classified schools. Crimson playing Springville 5A school tonight. Last week it was Lehigh for Desert Hills. There's some big schools and injuries. Dixie's pretty banged up. Hurricanes lost some starters. Titan Mason at Desert Hills, their star running back out. We know Snow Canyon in week 1 lost arguably their best player in Archie Therafal.
First play of the game, too. And those types of things happen. That's football. But, it's unfortunate. And, you just got to see who can fill in, and that's why you rely on the off season, the summer conditioning, and see what you got. So we're taking a few lumps now here in Region 9, but I can tell you the cream will rise to the top. It always does, and there will be it'll be a dogfight come October.
Let's go ahead and take a look at our keys to the game tonight, brought to you by Everbowl. Everbowl, acai bowls and smoothies packed with superfoods to fuel your day, serving the St. George community. Everbowl, where St. George gets its Super Bowl fix. Cathedral, they want a balanced attack tonight. That means, Jefferson doing it with his legs and his arm. Containment, Joe Max Smith, leading rusher for the Snow Canyon Warriors. Good news is for Cathedral, they got two really good defensive ends in this game.
They do, and just looking at them warming up, they've got some size in the middle too, so look for them to get a really good push on this offensive line of Snow Canyon, who started off the year okay in the first half, playing really well, but I think the conditioning or they wore down in the second half, so that's going to be really key as we watch it here tonight.
The other thing, a hot start. You travel 7 or 8 hours by bus. Cathedral down in the L.A. area. I believe they did come up yesterday, stay the night, but it's L.A. about 76 degrees right now. It's about 99 degrees, and the turf temperature even hotter.
Yeah.
So we'll see if the hot weather pertains to a hot start for Cathedral and Coach Jefferson.
Yeah, and you usually see that in the second half, as kids.
Cramps.
Yeah, you get cramping, or you'll start hands on the hips and things that way. So we'll have to keep an eye out on that, because the heat can get to you, as you know, Dev.
Everbowl, keys to the game for Snow Canyon. By the way, I had an Everbowl the other day, and oh my goodness, they have a perfect amount of fruit and the granola. Oh my goodness, all the way to the bottom. It was delicious. If you've never been there, go check it out over there in the Red Rock Commons next to Dick's Sporting Goods. The wear and tear. JT Westbrook, a little banged up, but he's dressed. He's going to play from what we can see in pregame. We heard he was questionable all week long, but he looks like he's going to go. We mentioned Castro out. Max Reynolds playing both ways. So is a number of other Warriors. And the Warriors need some X factors. Can Trayvon continue to be that guy? Can Max Reynolds be that guy? And they got to be better on the third and fourth downs. Take a look at Jefferson right now as we transition out of the keys to the game into our Finley Subaru Star Watch. I mean, this is the guy, right? Just a sophomore, Keith, but 20 of 28, ran for a touchdown, threw for a touchdown last week.
Yeah, and if he gets outside that pocket, he's electric in open field, and so you really got to contain him. But for a young sophomore, he looked like he had great composure as he was in the huddle and commanding the offense last week. For a young kid, that's very impressive.
You look at the stats for young Jefferson, and obviously you love what you see. And 71% completion ratio. He threw for 9.9 yards, 157 yards, but obviously did have the one mistake on the interception last week. And then they had 5 guys that ran the football last week. Dukes Jr., Jefferson himself can carry it, although only 14 carries for 95 yards, so we know he's a dual threat guy. And then number 9, Johnson, the other guy. This is a dude right here to watch out for. 6 carries, 33 yards. Had a long of 17 last week. And then you look at the receivers for Coach Jefferson, and this team's got some guys like Walton, Carrera, Prince, Greer, and Hale. All these guys can catch the football.
Well, and what impresses me the most, Dev, in week 1, they were able to spread the ball out. They didn't favor one guy over the other. They weren't heavily reliant on one guy. They were able to spread it out, make some more effective offensively, and it makes it harder for the defense to react to him.
Our Finley Subaru Star Watch player tonight for Snow Canyon. You can see one of the captains right there. In the offseason, he was getting the guys together. You can see Max Reynolds, but tonight's Star Watch going to be Joe Max Smith and Joseph Smith, the senior. Just 1 year, he only had 3 varsity passing attempts coming into this season, and he's shown he's a dual threat guy. So I think both these quarterbacks tonight, whoever plays better might have the best chance to win at the end of the night.
Yeah, they need a big night from him. He's kind of the straw that stirs the drink for the offense, running and passing. And you've seen him get into a couple of situations early, but let's run to a break while we got the national anthem.
Yep, we'll take a 2-minute timeout. We'll be right back. Kickoff coming, Warriors and Phantoms.
Scooter's Coffee and Hurricane is the best way to start your day or get you through your day. From breakfast sandwiches to cinnamon rolls to amazing smoothies and, of course, coffee, anytime is a good time to sip and smile. Scooter's Coffee, open 7 days a week.
Huge News! Sport Court has a brand new showroom and design center, and it's next level. See why so many are choosing Sport Court here in Southern Utah for top quality basketball, pickleball, and multi-purpose courts. Learn more at sportcourtofsouthernutah.com.
Hi, I'm Jermaine O'Jegman from The Rink, and I'm inviting you to come out and skate The Rink. The Rink is the hot spot in town for big group events and kid birthday parties. We now have a karaoke room and retro skate night every Friday night. Visit skatetherink.com to learn more and let the good times roll at The Rink.
Hey, it's Luke with Udine Associates at American Family Insurance. At Udine Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
Today's game is brought to you by Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, Sport Court, Scooters Coffee, and Holbrook Asphalt.
Here come the captains for the Snow Canyon Warriors, and there you see on the right side, we were talking about it earlier, Archie Therafall tore every ACL, MCL, every ligament in that right knee. Surgery was successful. Coach Therafall now, Mike Esplin told me on the show earlier this week when we had Coach on that as soon as he's able to get around a little bit more, he's going to be with the team and help coach. And obviously you hate it for Archie. He's worked so hard, senior season. You see some sportsmanship there, but not going to be able to play again. Hopefully that's not the end of his playing days, but just a catastrophic knee injury to say the very least.
Yeah, it was huge, and you just felt the whole sideline kind of get deflated on the team that very first play against Stansbury, and just really unfortunate for him. He has such a great prospect for this year, and they were going to utilize him in so many different ways, and we can only wish him the best in his recovery, that's for sure.
There is the coin flip, and it's brought to you by the City of St. George Recreation Department. And a lot of these high school kids that play at Snow Canyon, their sports journey probably started at St. George City Recreation, playing junior jazz, playing flag football.
Yeah.
And if you want to get your kids involved in all the different activities, signups are always ongoing. They have so many different sports they offer. Go to sgcityrec.org. That's sgcityrec.org. So Cathedral wins the toss. They have deferred. Snow Canyon will receive the opening kickoff here, wearing the black with the green and gold outline numbers. Cathedral wearing the road whites with the big purple numbers. And hey, Keith, I'll tell you one thing. I love the fact that I can see both these teams' numbers from up here in the broadcast booth. I was out playing in a golf tournament this morning with my daughter, and I can see the ball at about 250, and then it disappears. My vision's not as good as it was, as the Warriors their captains have now joined their teammates. You got the American flag, you got 4 Warrior flags, and you got all the E-shells and the Snow Canyon cheerleaders lined up here as they're going to take the field and head to the sideline as we are moments away from kickoff. And again, appreciate Sport Court of Southern Utah bringing you our pregame show. Everbull, our keys to the game. Finley Subaru, our star watch tonight. Go see the all-star lineup on the saving side of the freeway. Warriors looking for their first win of the season. Cathedral 1-0, looking for a second consecutive win before they fire up their regular season of conference play down in California, 5A classified school down there. Yeah, you look at Max Preps, Keith, and you can kind of get a little state ranking between these two teams. Snow Canyon is 68th in the state at 0-2. Mm-hmm. You got to believe they'd be 30 if they would have finished either of those wins, maybe 35. A lot of schools, a lot more schools in California, though, And Cathedral is ranked 62nd in the entire state. So they got some boys, not a huge travel team that didn't bring as many kids. You're going to see a lot more subs on the Snow Canyon sideline, but obviously ready to come up here to Utah and try to get the win.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Like you mentioned, the numbers aren't great, so could the heat take a factor? The second half could be interesting as far as conditioning goes for them because, as you know, Dev, training at an elevation versus sea level, totally different. So it could be a factor here later tonight. And for Snow Canyon, they just got to get off to a fast start, get a 3-and-out on defense. They're getting the ball first, obviously, so they got to go down, put some points on the board, really strike some fear into the traveling team from California just to make them, on their heels a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to go see how this one plays out. Got to execute. You're trying to execute after, a couple games. You want to see limiting the penalties, limit the turnovers, the mental mistakes. Both these coaches want to really gear up for, the heart of their season that's coming up. And it's going to be fun to see who prevails. Keith Curtis, Devin Dixon, Connor Collins, Sebastian Linares, our cameraman, Paul Ratliff back in the Fan Sports Network studios. Let's play some football on a Friday night. Eventually, we'll get under the lights. Wind is behind the Phantoms' back about 15 to 18 miles an hour. And, whoa, you can see that kickoff sails clear through the end zone for the touchback.
Devin, that went 5 to 8 yards past the end of the end zone. That dude's got a leg. He could hit a 50, 60-yarder. Man.
So we'll see Joe Max Smith. Joseph Smith is his name. I call him Joe Max Smith. A lot of his teammates do as well. We'll go with that for the broadcast tonight. And they are ready to rock and roll, wearing the black and the gold and the green tonight. Got that Notre Dame almost helmet all golded out.
Yeah, they got an extra shine on them tonight. I can see it reflecting off at the sun there, Dev. It looks nice.
Mike Esplin, head coach, 9th year. He was a player here, helped win a state championship back in that era. Bill Jacobson, they won a couple there, 97, 90, 99, I believe it was. They'll swing it to Max Reynolds out of the backfield, and he'll pick up a nice little 5-yard gain. Starters offensively brought to you by House of Jump tonight. Your offensive line goes like this at right tackle, number 72, Harry Poots. The right guard is number 55, Terry Hamilton. The center, number 60, Porter Terry. Left guard, number 50, Hank West, and he drew the praise of his head coach this week. Left tackle, number 77, and that is Brody Bob Cook. About 225, 230, probably the average weight of this offensive line. Max Reynolds carry that's stacked up, nothing there. The rest of the starters, you got Joe Max Smith, the quarterback, Max Reynolds starting at running back, and then you got Karsten Stewart as well as J.T. Westbrook. And also, depends if they go tight end or not. Right now they got
kind of an H-back in there.
Yeah, and that's Trey Vaughn, I believe.
Yeah, that's who it looks like.
We'll see Esplin and Johnson as well. They got a deep wide receiver core. Third down, though, showing blitz. They bring 2 extra. They'll throw it. And they got a man behind the defense, caught it midfield to the 40. It's a foot race down the sideline, and he's going to be caught from the backside down around the 20 into the Red Rock Real Estate red zone. It's Karsten Stewart on a big pitch and catch.
Boy, what a beautiful throw and an excellent run after the catch. That was an out and up, and he hit him, Joe Mack, right in stride and got him all the way down inside the red zone. They got something cooking here in the first quarter.
You can see our camera shaking on the press box. All the fans have not filed in yet, but it was shaking the stadium. And look at the precision on that pass. That is a beautiful job there from Smith. 55-yard gain, and now the Warriors into the red zone. They'll run it to Reynolds, and nothing there. Into the backfield, first guy to get there was number 24, Kingston Mutu, the middle linebacker. But I don't think he was going to get credit for the tackle. I think it was the outside end or big nose tackle, number 55. And boy, he's big, isn't he, Keith? Dylan Davis, 6'3", 285. He can eat up some space.
He's a wide body inside there, and he moves that pocket around. But they're blitzing the middle linebackers trying to shut the run down, so they might have to open up like they did with the last pass.
10:21 on the first quarter clock, brought to you by Nets on Fire. It's an RPO, keeping it is Joe Max Smith. They'll take it inside the 20, and he'll pick up 2. Down near the 18-yard line. Actually, give him 4, and it'll be 3rd and 9.
Yeah, that was the right decision. They faked the dive, and Joe Mack kept it, came around the right side, but he's signaling to the sideline. I don't know if he's got a problem with his visor or his thumb or something.
Atticus Park makes the tackle for the Phantoms. No score here early on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. Light it up, Region 9, lights, fans, home decor, and so much more. Since 1946, serving homeowners and contractors here in southern Utah. So this is the backup quarterback, number 19. This is Noah Campbell, I believe. Is that 19? Yes, it is. So Joe Mack with an equipment problem and now a false start.
Oh,
the cadence changes, the sub comes in, and now Joe Mack Smith, I think if he can get it situated over there, he can go back into the game.
I don't know if it's an equipment thing. They are looking at his helmet and his hand. I don't know if, that was odd.
They are looking at the left hand. Maybe it was blood and they made him leave. Maybe he got a cut when on that tackle, maybe a helmet to the hand. That's my best guess. So he's pouring water on his hands. They got the trainer over there, DeJuan Shakespeare, trying to get him ready, and he's going to have to stay out on this play. 3rd down and 14. They're going to throw, and it is going to be nearly intercepted by number 9 of the Phantoms, Dominic Johnson. We'll see him playing both ways.
Yeah, Dominic Johnson is in perfect coverage. He was guarding that flat area and almost came down with that interception, but Snow Canyon very lucky that they did not turn the ball over there.
Ammon Allred, number 41, is the kicker. He plays in the fall on the golf team. He's actually Snow Canyon's best golfer. So in between golf practices, he's getting in his field goals, and he's got a really good leg. Ammon Allred ready to go. He's just a junior. This is a 40-yarder, but he mishit it.
Yeah.
He mishit it, and the Phantoms' defense is held on the opening series.
Boy, there was good pressure coming from the outside. I don't know if that affected him or not, but he caught the top half of the ball and just line drived it, and it came well short. So unfortunate break for the Warriors.
And you can see some gauze up the nose there of the Snow Canyon Warrior quarterback, Joe Mack Smith. He's got his helmet, though, and it looks like hopefully should be able to return to this game. I'm guessing some blood, an open wound type of situation. Hopefully it's just a scratch and they got that situated.
Yeah, it looked like maybe on that tackle coming down, he might have got a forearm across the nose or something.
So here is Jefferson, the quarterback, sophomore. Last week, 20 of 28, 197 yards in the victory. Threw for a touchdown, rushed for another one. Man in motion. And they'll give it to the running back, and he'll push ahead, and that is DeAndre Dukes Jr., and he'll pick up a couple.
Yeah, there was just a small crease there between the guard and the tackle, and great job that time by the Snow Canyon front line to shut that down and hold him to almost a no gain.
No score here, 9:03 on the Nets on Fire clock. Nets on Fire.
Looks like, sorry, Dev, there's a penalty flag down too, so this will be even moving back further.
Did they call a hold there? Yes, they did. Some of the House of Jump starters at wide receiver, you've got Glenn Carrera III. You've got number 5 and number 8. Number 8 is Brian Prince. I don't have a 5 in my roster. Is that 6? I can't tell.
I was going to say, I don't see him on mine either, Dev. What number are you making up?
Dukes Jr., sidecar to the left is Jefferson. We'll find out. Movement there, and it's going to be a neutral zone infraction. I don't believe anybody moved on that offensive line for the Phantoms, so they'll give some of that yardage right back.
Boy, that's a tough break for Snow Canyon. They had him pinned back, down inside the 15-yard line, and giving up 5 easy yards like that really hurts.
8:42 and ticking here. First quarter, no score. Snow Canyon comes up empty, even though they had a 55-yard pass to Carson Stewart. RPO, they'll give it to Dukes Jr., breaks the first tackle, trying to break another, and then he's swarm tackled. And then Watsky coming in from the safety position to finish him off.
Yeah, Easton came flying in there to polish him off, put on a nice little lick, one he'll remember on the way back to California.
I'm going to give Cale Esplin, though, credit for that tackle, the junior. He's only 5'11", 185, but because they've had some injuries, a little thin at backer, he's playing middle backer because Max Reynolds is playing the outside right now.
Yeah, Esplin, he's
both
not
those
real
guys
big.
Play both ways, Keith.
Yeah, they got to go with what they got, and so, when you're thin, that's what you do.
Jefferson going to throw for the first time tonight. Clean pocket, lets it fly down the field, has a man and just led him a little bit too far. It's incomplete. Boy, oh boy, a streaking wide receiver there. Had a step on the defense, but they cannot connect.
Boy, he just missed him. He laid it out there perfectly. Nice ball, too. That was a nice, tight spiral. For a young sophomore, he throws that ball really well.
I apologize. I do not have a 5 on the official roster from Cathedral, so I really do apologize. If anybody, any Cathedral fans back home, give us a little text on the YouTube string and let us know. We'll check on that when we get a commercial break here in the press box. Jefferson out of the gun, ready to go. And again, movement on the silent count. He gave that hand slap and the nose tackle for the Warriors, big number 70 there. And that is Jackson Hanson. He jumped.
Dev, how many times do you hear your D-line coach say, watch the ball, watch the ball? You know, that's 10 yards they've given up in this first drive and almost giving them a first down. It's not that hard. I know they're amped up and wanting to get in there, but you take a 3rd and 8, now it's 3rd and 3. That's a lot easier to pick up.
Yeah, it's painful when you're the nose tackle and that ball's like inches away from you, isn't it? They're going to throw a little curl route, and it's caught, and the hit comes immediately. Catch by number 21. That's Sean Brooks. And a short game, but it's been enough for a fabulous Freddy's first down. Fuel it up, wash it down, and save. And thank you, Elvin. That is Quentin Hale, number 5 for the Phantoms. Appreciate that.
Oh, they got him listed as 15 on the roster here, so okay.
And, you know, jersey numbers do change, and we get that. We just didn't get that word, so appreciate that from some of our viewers watching live tonight back in L.A. And now an RPO. They're going to keep it right up the middle, and Jefferson's got a little burst, breaks the tackle, and almost broke another one. And if you would have broke that tackle from number 17, Tristan Bostwick, he might have took it to the house.
Yeah, Dev, there was a nice hole. He faked the, the wide receiver reverse, and he just, as a skeeter bug up the middle there. He one guy away, and he would have had 6.
1st and 10 into Warrior territory on their opening drive of the game. Jefferson out of the shotgun, moves Dukes Jr. to the left side. We got stacked receivers on the near sideline. Twins split out, one inside, one outside the hash. Jefferson going to throw. Clean pocket again. They haven't got any pressure on him. Now he's going to have a roll left, throw on the run. Hits Dukes out of the backfield. Dukes Jr. going to take it down to the 35-yard line before he is tackled by a host of Warriors. First guy to get there for SC was Miles Randolph.
Boy, Devin, I was impressed. He wanted to go to the outside, comes back, scrambles a little bit, has the wherewithal to find the back out of the backfield and pick up 11 yards.
I was asking one of the assistant coaches for the Phantoms, hey, you got any guys that have committed? Both their cornerbacks, believe it or not, have actually committed to go play for Coach Delane Fitzgerald up at SUU. Of course, we saw SUU a little overmatched last night against the Utah Utes in that season opener, but I think Utah is going to be really good this year.
Oh, yeah.
And I still think SUU is going to be really good and have a chance to win the UAC conference this year. Out of the gun, Jefferson, they're setting up a little wide receiver bubble, and it's tipped around, and it falls harmlessly to the ground, incomplete.
Boy, that was close, Devin. That was a great job. Snow Canyon, once the line got through, they could tell it was a wide receiver screen there in the middle. They got their arms up, got a piece of it.
Trayvon.
Almost came down with the INT right there.
So 2nd down and 10. 5:51 left on the first quarter. Nets on fire clock. No score here between the Phantoms and the Warriors. Empty set here. Out of the shotgun. Jefferson all alone. 5 receivers. And again, movement as Snow Canyon jumps. And that is just a painful penalty. And Max Reynolds comes up and bops him on the head. That's a mistake there by number 99. That's your junior Preston Clark.
Well, Dev, again, that's the 3rd one already in this first drive where, again, I know they want to get pressure, but.
And look at Clark. He's watching the ball now. You can see his head is tilted on the ball. Jefferson, though, empty, taking a shot, fade route, one-on-one coverage. Little bit of hand fighting going on and incomplete.
Yeah, that was good coverage that time by Ryder Ants. But like you said, a good battle both ways, going back and forth. Referee let it go, so.
Initially, I thought maybe that initial bump, legal contact downfield, but they don't call it. And maybe just a little bit of tangled. And Ince was kind of falling down towards the end there, trying to keep with the speedy receiver, that outside wide receiver. That is, I think, Roosevelt Rubin, if I'm not mistaken. They're going to throw a slant route over the middle. It's caught right up the middle. And there's a nice pickup. Making that grab, Brian Prince, number 8, just a sophomore, 5'10", 165, with a sticky hands grab and some nice yak yards, Keith.
Oh, yeah, he makes one guy miss, makes another guy miss before coming down. So 2 guys, he's got some jitterbug in him.
So into the Red Rock Real Estate red zone go the Phantoms on their opening possession here. Clock down to 5:22 and ticking in the first quarter. No score yet. Can the Phantoms strike first? Fresh set of downs. Out of the gun, Jefferson quick fires a bullet, caught, and going to be finally taken down. And it'll be a gain of 5, maybe 6. Let's see where they spot it. Looks like they're going to spot it around the 12. And it'll be a nice little positive gain there by Hale.
Yeah, that's just a quick hitter, Dev. They run a little 3-yard and stop. They hit him and let him try to get as many yards as he can. And because he's a little bit bigger than the cornerback for Snow Canyon, he's able to pick up a couple more yards just pushing through it.
Hale all alone, ball on the left hash, trips to the far side of the field. They're looking that way. Jefferson going to roll out to the right, throws on the run, has it end zone, and he's tackled right at the goal line. He's not going to get in. Thought Brian Prince might have went into the end zone, but the hit came just in time for the Warriors.
Boy, that was close, Devin. But you see how elusive he is, the quarterback for Cathedral, and that, Jefferson. And then he throws a rope on the run. You can see why, as a sophomore, he's won this starting job. He's got great dual capabilities, that's for sure.
Kalen Kelly was the guy that stopped him from getting in the end zone. That's Talon Kelly. He graduated last year. He was the starting quarterback's little brother, if I have that correct. But still inches away from pay dirt. Looking left, all day to throw. Fires it, touchdown. Phantom strike, Brian Prince, a 1-yard touchdown reception.
Yeah, just too much time that time, Dev. He probably had 5-6 seconds to look over the field, get into a secondary route, and he finds him in the back of the end zone for the first score of the game.
Prince with good little route there. And it's a 1-yarder. And they do go all the way down the field after the missed field goal attempt by Snow Canyon. And look at the composure. And, man, so far too much time for Jefferson. Yeah. And then when he doesn't have time, he's shown that he can move. He's very, very mobile in that pocket, rolling around, throws well off the run. Very impressed with Jefferson, just a sophomore. The Best Friends extra point is up, and it just slips in. Best Friends in Kanab, Utah. Take home your new best friend. You want to see the sanctuary, take a visit, go to the website, bestfriends.org. We'll take the full timeout, 45-second break, and we'll be right back with the Phantoms striking first on the scoreboard, 7-0 over Snow Canyon.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house.
When it comes to your child's teeth, Dr. Cody and his experienced staff at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry are game changers. So when it comes to checkups, a toothache, or any problem with your kid's teeth, call experienced veteran Dr. Cody Johnson at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, 628-0511.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
Today's game is brought to you by Boulevard Home, Wilkinson's House of Lighting, Coral Canyon Golf Course, and City of St. George Recreation.
Back live at Snow Canyon again, into the end zone for the touchback. And that wind helping the Phantoms in the first quarter, but I don't think the wind had anything to do with that well put together drive as they score that touchdown. Devin Dixon, Keith Curtis, Connor Collins. He's sitting down relaxing here, pushing all the buttons, making sure everything's running smoothly tonight. And Snow Canyon needs to respond now on their home field after getting kind of, getting it taken to them. And the penalties, Keith. Too many false starts there for the Phantoms early, but then it was all the offsides penalties for Snow Canyon.
Yeah, they really do got to clean that up. And they had a great opportunity on that first drive to score. So let's see how they respond. Hopefully they can get something through the air and get something going.
Man in motion, they'll give it to him on the jet sweep. It's Johnson, Cale Johnson weaving outside, and he is going to be gang tackled shy of the 25-yard line. It's going to be a 4-yard gain, but good rally there by the defense.
Yeah, the defense did a nice job, and as he was going inside and out, he did a good job getting upfield there and picking up 4 positive yards, so that's good. Brings up second down and manageable. That's the way you like it.
Dominic Johnson there, number 9, going to call his name a lot tonight in the first to get his hands on Johnson. Joe Max Smith, senior quarterback, out of the gun, ready to go. Going to run it to Max Reynolds. Or, excuse me, that's Esplin. And Esplin going to be stood up and stymied. Short gain on the play. Number 52 for the Phantoms, George Novoa. And I think Brandon Alicio, they're converging on the stop. Actually, first guy to get him might have been Jeremiah Greer, the first to stand him up, and then help came. Another money down. You go back to our Everbowl keys to the games. It was converting on those money downs, and here's a big third down situation. Phantoms have just scored. They've got the 7-0 lead. You need to kind of give your defense a break and convert here if you're Coach Mike Esplin and the Warriors. They show blitz. They come with 2 extra. Joe Mack senses it. He's going to tuck. He's going to run, and he's going to pick up the first down with his feet. Needed about 4, and he got about 8, maybe 9 out to the 35.
That was just a great read that time by Joe Mack. He faked like he was going to go outside and then cut it in, found a hole there. And then the nice thing was is he put his head down and gained another couple of yards as he took the hit.
Mentioned coming into this game, Joseph Smith, the quarterback for the Warriors, was the leading rusher, 26 carries, 125 yards. Longest in the first 2 weeks he had was a 38-yarder.
Yeah.
And that one moves the chains. 2:35 left in the first quarter. Phantoms up 7-0. Going to bounce it. It's Esplin. Esplin going to be stacked up, and that A-gap blitz is a pretty good one there for the Phantoms as he tried to bounce it outside and nowhere to go.
Yeah, what they're doing, Dev, is they're just got 3 down linemen, then they're taking their inside backers and they're switching off which one they're going to run blitz with, and then when they really want to plug it up, they'll bring them both. So second and long here, they might bring the house, put a little heat on Joe Mack.
That was Greer again on the stop for the Phantoms. 2nd down and 9. Out of the shotgun. Esplin to the left. And you're going to pull it out of Esplin's belly and run it outside. And,
Oh, there's a flag there, Dev.
Yeah, I think they got tangled up, and they're going to call a late hit because he went to the ground.
That's a tough break. He was, they're trying to hold him up. You can tell from the sideline, but his feet got tangled up, so he went down, so they had to throw the flag.
He was kind of pulling his jersey like for balance, I think.
Yeah.
And then he fell into the back and knocked him over. And that's what drew the penalty flag. So Snow Canyon will pick up some extra yardage there on the, I'll call it a late hit. Tonight's game brought to you by Scooters Coffee. Start your day at Scooters. Amazing drink, served amazingly fast. They're over there. Closest Scooters is in Hurricane, gateway to Zion National Park. I'm going to be, next time I go out to Copper Rock or Sky Mountain, swinging by for a hot coffee and a breakfast burrito. 1:45 to go here in the opening quarter. Out of the shotgun, they're going to give it to Max Reynolds. And again, he's going to have to fight for a yard, and that is it. There is just not much running room in the middle there against this defensive line.
Yeah, it's tough sledding inside there. Big 55, you've mentioned his name tonight for Cathedral. He's done a nice job clogging it up. He's going out for a breather. They bring in another big guy, number 54, to clog it up there. That is George Novoa. Yeah. You mentioned him already, too. So they're very active inside there, Dev.
Yeah, I like Greer. I like Dominic Johnson, Dylan Davis. They got some boys. Bringing it here at Snow Canyon High. Over the middle, wide open, and it's going to be Cale Johnson. Touchdown, Warriors. It's a 43-yarder, and that's the second deep ball that Joe Mack Smith has put right on the hands of a wide receiver.
Yeah, he placed it perfectly in stride. And we mentioned they were blitzing the middle linebackers. That middle is wide open, and he got him in stride, and he scores with ease. Great throw and catch.
43-yard TD. The Bleachers are shaking as Smith hits Johnson. That is Hunter Johnson, who is the starting quarterback at Snow Canyon. That's his little brother, Cale Johnson. And Hunter was a lot bigger than Cale. Cale's a lot speedier, you could argue, than Hunter. And that is up and good. Best friends in Kanab, Utah, extra point. 7-7, we're all tied up. Well, the offense comes alive, and we are tied at 7 when we come back here to Snow Canyon High on the Fan Sports Network.
Relatives coming to visit, not enough room, or maybe you're looking to host a family reunion and need a house with a pool. Well, Red Rock Vacation Rentals has got you covered. From 2-bedroom condos to 10-bedroom luxury homes, they truly have something for everyone. Plan your perfect getaway or staycation. Visit St. George, Utah, vacationrentals.com.
When it comes to your child's teeth, Dr. Cody and his experienced staff at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry are game changers. So when it comes to checkups, a toothache, or any problem with your kid's teeth, call experienced veteran Dr. Cody Johnson at Johnson.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
Hey St. George, this is Brian. I'm the new owner of your local Everbowl. Looking for a delicious, nutritious meal? Come to Everbowl. Our acai bowls are packed with superfoods to fuel your day. And it's where Region 9 sports fans fuel up.
Today's game is brought to you by Down East, House of Jump, UD and Associates, and Best Friends Animal Sanctuary.
Sideline off a fumble recovery, and oh my goodness, the phantom strike. It is a 99-yard kickoff return. Apologize there, we got caught in a break. Our officials didn't give us a full timeout there, and it is return. He bobbled it, Keith. Let's see if we get the replay for you there. We're not going to have it. We do apologize, but he was weaving down the sideline, and that is a 99-yard house call.
Yeah, that's Glenn Carrera. He bobbled it, like you said. It was on the turf, picks it up. Usually when that happens, two things happen. You either get laid out and fumble, or you can break it all the way. And he took it all the way to the house because Snow Canyon let up, and he found the sideline, and they couldn't catch him.
Wow. I was trying to pull out of our rejoiner there and catch the end of that, and we just missed it for you. Our viewers do apologize, but what a return by Carrera. And just like that, Cathedral is on top again, 13-7. Here comes the Best Friends extra point. You could take home your new best friend, visit their sanctuary in Kanab, Utah. Keith, did you know they have dogs and cats? But they have horses, they have snakes, they have bunny rabbits, they have anything that you could think of, they have, and they're looking for you to come up, visit. They got the Roadhouse where you can stay the night. They have a restaurant for $5. You can go up inside the sanctuary and eat a all-you-can-eat lunch. Like, it's just awesome. You ever been up there?
I have. I actually have been over there. I was over there last spring and checked it out. It was very interesting. I had never seen something like that before. It was really cool.
World-renowned. If you remember when Michael Vick and the dog fighting, that's where they took the dogs, I believe.
Oh, it was over
Some
there.
of the dogs went to the Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab, Utah, believe it or not. Yes.
Wow.
48 seconds left, and because it was another offsides, they're going to put the offense out, go for two here to try to make it 15-7. Jefferson's looking left, now back to the right, lets it fly, has a man touch, a two-point conversion. It is good. It's Brian Prince.
Just too much time, Devin. He's back there. Jefferson is. He had probably 6, 7, 8 seconds, just getting no pressure from that front line, and finally found an opening for the 2-point.
So beautiful job there. We're not going to get caught with another missed kickoff return. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. It is 15-7, Cathedral leading Snow Canyon on the Fan Sports Network.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
Aloha, sports fans. It's Boo and Nick from Honolulu Grill.
Come get a taste of the islands. Try our famous Kalua pork or tender teriyaki chicken, and you'll love our mac salad and sweet sauce on your rice.
Don't forget to try our original Kava 8 at Honolulu Grill. It's game time.
Today's game is brought to you by Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, Sport Court, Scooters Coffee, and Holbrook Asphalt.
Back here live, and it is Cathedral ready to kick off after that kick return for a touchdown, 99-yarder from Carrera, and again into the end zone for the touchback. 48 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, and Snow Canyon trailing 15-7. Really impressed on that 2-point conversion. I mean, you move it from the 3 to the 1.5, but you throw it. You think, okay, we'll just run it in. No problem with Jefferson. They got full trust in this sophomore quarterback.
They really do, and he acts like he's in total control. Doesn't get flustered, and we saw on that kick return the speed that comes with this Cathedral club. They've got some boys that can really get out there and move.
Warriors trying to respond. Now they have one thing going for them. They've got 2 times now on deep balls behind this Cathedral defense. We'll see if they take another shot here. They'll start off with a swing pass, complete to Max Reynolds. Reynolds will push ahead for a gain of 6, maybe 7, out to the 27, and a nice positive first down play.
Yeah, that's the same play they opened the game with, Dev. Just a little swing pass. Reynolds gets 7 yards there, and makes it second and very manageable and easier for play calling for Joe Mack Smith.
That Iron County showdown we'll be keeping an eye on. Cedar Canyon View tonight that's played at the home of Southern Utah University. They're playing that game at Eccles Coliseum tonight, yes.
Nice. That's great for those kids.
They'll blitz, they'll play action throw, and it's going to be pass interference called. 2 flags fly as they got to the receiver before the ball arrives. That'll be a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, that was Messiah Washington, number 2. It was all over the back of the Snow Canyon receiver, and so that made a pretty easy call for the official. So that'll be a first down for Snow Canyon.
Tonight's game brought to you by Honolulu Grill, spreading aloha here in St. George. Stop into Honolulu Grill, corner of 700 South, 700 East for your favorite Hawaiian dishes. Their Kahlua pork, their mac salad, the rice with that sweet sauce. It's delicious.
Oh, yeah.
They got that Loco burger. They got the teriyaki chicken. I don't think I've ever had something I don't love at Honolulu Grill. I got to go there at least 2-3 times a month.
Yeah, it's the place. It's one of the places you got to go, especially if you like Hawaiian food. They treat you right, and the portions are Hawaiian.
Yes,
They're very nice.
No one does it better. They've started franchising, too. If you're interested in a franchise opportunity, get with the crew at Honolulu Grill. Just go to their website. Joe Mack in trouble. Got to just throw it up high and hope that somebody can run underneath it, and that was J.T. Westbrook, and just almost led him perfectly, but a little bit too far. And, Keith, right now, seesaw battle. Both teams have showed some nice signs, done some positive things, but this Phantom team is very explosive. But Snow Canyon, like we just mentioned, they've had 2 explosive plays tonight.
We've seen them be able to take advantage of some opportunities, and so if they can respond with a score here, Dev, they just got to hang in there. And I think Joe Mack, he's adjusted. He got the bloody nose early.
Yeah.
I think he settled down nicely, and he's starting to pick them apart a little.
Into the first quarter, 15-7. Phantoms on the Wilkinson scoreboard. Back in 30 seconds with second quarter action.
Own property and want to rent it? Then you need the right team with 11 years of local experience, a staff of over 25 employees, and a 4.9 Google rating. Aim to maximize your rental income and find quality tenants while keeping turnover low to increase your revenue and truly maintain your property. Learn more at redrockpropertymanagement.com.
At Great Harvest, we believe in crafting more than just bread. We provide crisp, garden-fresh salads and savory sandwiches. Everything from garden-fresh ingredients to our signature handcrafted bread. Our friendly staff will guide you to find a meal that will leave you craving seconds. At Great Harvest, we truly provide something for everyone. And don't forget our baked goods. Satisfy your sweet tooth and finish your meal with a brownie or cinnamon roll. Come visit us at Great Harvest.
Today's game is brought to you by Appliance Wholesalers Plus, Buck's Ace Hardware, Dealer Collision, and Findlay Subaru.
And we're back here live, and Max Reynolds is going to get stacked up and grab a couple there. And we welcome you back here to Snow Canyon High School.
Dev, they ran into the short side of the field there, and Reynolds actually picked up 7 yards. He got hit with about 2 yards gain, but drug a few guys for another 5.
Region 9 football on a Friday night. Glad you're with us on the Fan Sports Network on radio or thefansportsnetwork.com, our YouTube channel. And Joe Mack trying to run it himself for a first down. He's not going to get it. Going to get to the 50. And it's about a half-yard gain, and that is it. It's going to bring up third down.
Yeah, that was well defended that time by the Phantoms. And Joe Mack might want to reconsider that.
So now, excuse me, that was third down. This is now fourth down. Thank you, CC. And so 4th and 2 right at midfield. They're going to go, at least try to draw them off sides, but they appear to be going. JT Westbrook on the far sideline. Cale Johnson in the slot. They'll move Alex Urias over to the near sideline, and now they're going to use a timeout. Timeouts all season long, brought to you by Luke Udy & Associates, your local American Family Insurance agent. You know, if you haven't noticed, insurance prices have been going up the last year. Maybe get a free quote. Call Luke, see how much he can save you today on your auto, your home insurance, your life insurance.
Yeah.
You never have too much life insurance for the missus, right, Keith?
That's right. And Luke's a great guy. He'll take the time to meet with you and get you the best rate he can get probably anywhere in southwestern Utah.
He's Keith Curtis, Devin Dixon. Glad you're with us here in the Boulevard Home Game of the Week and the Boulevard Home broadcast booth. They got their big Labor Day sale going on. It's really cool because their Labor Day sale, they've been doing this for over 35, 40 years. They take a portion of all the proceeds and they donate it to the Washington County School Districts.
Yeah.
And the very first year, with the money they raised, they donated, I think it was 8 VCRs. That's how long ago it is. Nobody even owns a VCR anymore. and so they're hoping if you need some furniture, you need a washer, dryer, refrigerator, you need a couch, a sectional, anything at all, go shop smart and shop at the Boulevard, making your house more like home for over 50 years. Out of the timeout, Snow Can going to leave the offense on the field, going to go for it on 4th and 2. Out of the shotgun. Joe Mack Smith and the Warriors down 15-7. Early moments here. 10:44 left on the second quarter clock. They're going to throw. It's a slant. It's caught. It's a first down and a little bit more. And a big hit is knocked down there was number 9, J.T. Westbrook, but he holds on to the football through that contact.
Yeah, great job by JT, just hanging on there. Good sticky hand situation on the quick slant. Takes a nice hit at the end, but picking up about 12 yards for the first down.
And give credit to Messiah Washington there who gave that hit. He could have went head hunting.
Yeah.
And he avoided that helmet-to-helmet, penalty. That was a smart play there. Looked like he kind of just shucked him with the arm there and kind of knocked him off his route and knocked him to the turf. They'll run an RPO. They'll hand it off. It'll be Reynolds who keeps his balance. And then the surge ahead will give him a pickup of 3 down to the 38 of the Phantoms. There's still like a rugby scrum going on here, and finally they blow it dead.
Boy, it looked like Dev, he got hit and his legs got knocked out. I thought he was down, but he put his hand down to catch him and was able to pick up positive yardage. So that's a big play.
Yeah, that's like a young Keith Curtis out there at shortstop going low for a grounder and then turning 2. 9:47 left in the second quarter on the Nets on Fire clock. Next timeout, we're going to get you some Region 9 updates. CC and Paulie and everybody covering the action tonight will get us some score updates, and we'll pass them along to our listeners and viewers from some of the other region games around the area and around the state. Joe Mack Smith taking another shot behind the defense, and it is incomplete. A flag flies in. 2 flags fly in late, though, as they were trying to get it out there to J.T. Westbrook. And Washington, I think, is going to get called, and I don't think he likes the call. Take another look. Holbrook asphalt replay. Man, I don't know if he got there early or not, Keith. He never turned and found the football, but I don't know that he hit him early.
Yeah, if you look at the replay here, he's stride for stride with him. It's got good inside leverage.
From our angle, we can't tell how much contact there really was. The referee had a little bit better angle. It doesn't matter. The call on the field is going to stand.
And that gives Snow Canyon a first down inside the 25, so they're driving again. This is the 3rd drive in a row, Dev. They've had good movement on offense. They just got to capitalize.
Good things have happened when Joe Mack has went down the field.
Yeah.
That one wasn't a catch, but it got him 15 yards on the pass interference. They're going to go middle, little pass to Westbrook again on a shallow crossing route, and he threw it behind him, and it's incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
That was almost dangerous there, Dev. He threw it behind him. There was 2 Cathedral players right there. if they would have been ball watch instead of receiver watching, they could have picked it.
Keith and I are going to keep our eyes out for our Findlay Subaru star of the game. We'll also name the play of the game, brought to you by the Playmakers at AWP Appliance Wholesalers Plus. Across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart. It's easier than you think to buy direct and save at AWP. One other thing we'll name is our Jersey Mike sub of the game as well. We got a lot of awards to hand out in our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show, but not even to the half yet as Trey Vaughn's going to make his first reception. He keeps his balance, sheds a would-be tackle, and takes it down inside the 15-yard line, and that's going to be a really good play.
Yeah, they had him step out about the 17, it looks like, Dev. They're marking it. So, but yeah, it was, again, good positive yardage by Vaughn. And
I don't know if he stepped out. That's hard to see from that. That's on that far sideline here from the press box. But good balance for Trey Vaughn. He had a tip interception that he took all the way down inside the 5-yard line, almost scored a pick-6 touchdown playing defense, but now he's out there playing that H-back tight end role. He'll line up on the left side, and they'll throw it to him again, the same play. And Trey Vaughn is going to waltz into the end zone for that special moment when you touch it down.
What a great call. They said, hey, it worked once, let's try it again.
And Trey Vaughn looks to be shaken up. He's slowly getting up, and he's cramping, or he did something give there. He started limping as he was crossing the goal line. It's a touchdown, Warriors, but they're waving the trainers onto the field, and that did not look good. He just, as he started to score, something buckled on that lower leg, and they'll attend to Trey Vaughn, who has been a star, has kind of been the guy. You know, you hate it. They've already lost Archie Therafall for the season, first dang play of the year a couple weeks ago. Trey Vaughn's been coming on like gangbusters. You can't afford to have another star on this Warrior team injured. And it was a non-contact play. It was nobody around him. Nobody hit him. He just that leg looked like it gave out a little bit.
Yeah, you almost wonder maybe it might have been a hip flexor or something because he was trying to scoot into the end zone there. And man, you just hope it is just a cramp because they are working on that leg, it looks like. So hopefully that's all it is.
Dwayne Shakespeare, and there's head coach Mike Esplin out there taking a look. And, gosh, great play design. They went to the well 2 times in a row, and the Warriors now can decide to go for 2 to try to tie it. Let's see if he's under his own power here. Okay, this is good news.
Sign, yeah.
He is walking off under his own power. Trey Vaughn, multi-sport star here, plays for Coach Seacrest and the baseball team. He's going to be a big-time player for them in the senior season this spring. Didn't get a lot of time last year because they were so stacked on their way to winning the state championship.
Well, that's a positive sign. He'll be back in the game. And, you know, you got to commend the play calling. I mean, not often do you go back-to-back same plays, and it works to perfection.
Warriors now are going to go ahead and put Ammon Allred out there to kick the extra point. They're not going to chase the points here. It's still second quarter, 9:06 to go. I like this.
I do too, Deb. I hate when coaches start chasing points in the first half. I think it's too early. Too much football to be played.
So it's Joe Mack with his second touchdown pass, this time to number 7, Trey Vaughn. It was an 18-yarder. And the extra point brought to you by Best Friends, and that is good. Ammon Allred splits the uprights. We'll take a 30-second timeout on the Wilkeston scoreboard. 15-14, Cathedral leading Snow Canyon by 1 on the Fan Sports Network.
At Intermountain Sports Performance, we've been training athletes for over 20 years, and we guarantee your athlete will improve speed, agility, explosive power, and reduce the risk of injury while working with the most qualified and experienced team in Southern Utah. Find us on Instagram at sportsperformance_IH to learn more.
When it comes to your child's teeth, Dr. Cody and his experienced staff at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry are game changers. So when it comes to checkups, a toothache, or any problem with your kid's teeth, call experienced veteran Dr. Cody Johnson at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, 628-0511.
Back at Snow Canyon High School on a football Friday. Let's go, 15-14. You know, Keith, I've had 2 games in the opening 2 weeks. I did the Dixie-Springville game. It was 41-13, Dixie losing. And then last week I had number 2 in the entire state, all classifications, Lehigh beating Desert Hills 35-0. I'm excited. We got a close game here, buddy.
Hey, I had the Snow Canyon Stansbury game, and that came down to the wire. So this is the second game for me, and it's great.
Yeah, you're the key link there.
I guess we're connected the rest of the year, Dad.
Yeah, I love it. Really good composure by this Snow Canyon Warrior offense, trying to keep pace with this high-octane offense Cathedral out of California has got. And they'll go back to work after the touchback. You can see both kickers taking advantage of the wind. The wind has let up a little bit, but it's still probably, 10 miles an hour out of the south.
Well, and our friends from California that are listening, come up for the PGA Tour event that's coming here in October and kind of get a feel for what the wind's like and come watch these pros maneuver the ball around behind the Red Rock Cliffs.
Yeah, 62 years since Utah, the state, has hosted a PGA Tour event. October 9th through the 11th is coming here to Black Desert, which is not far from Snow Canyon High School.
No.
While you're here to watch some golf, make sure you go out and play some of the other great courses like Coral Canyon Golf Course, one of our great sponsors of the broadcast. And I played out there in a scramble with my daughter today, a two-man couples tournament.
Yeah.
It is pure right now.
Well, what a great day, too. It was, high 90s, light wind.
Wasn't too hot. It didn't feel that bad. For us, we've had those days where it was 115, 117. So, 100 degrees didn't feel bad at all. Cathedral doesn't seem to be affected by the heat tonight as they go back to work. Dukes Jr., that is a nice, nifty run right up the middle. DeAndre Dukes Jr., he's a senior, 5'10", 185-pound tailback.
Boy, and he's a wide load, too, Dev. Try to bring him down. He's a squatty body. You can tell he's squatting in the weight room.
Kind of looks like a Duke Johnson to me.
Yeah, he does.
Remember Duke? He's out of the league now, but it's been a good stint there with the Cleveland Browns.
Big, thick legs. You can tell he can churn them and get those tough yards when he needs to.
They're pretty balanced so far between the passing game and the rushing game for the Phantoms. 8:02 left here and ticking on the Nets on Fire clock. Jefferson looking to take a shot, going to airmail it down the middle, and it's just out of the extended reach of Hale.
Boy, that's the second time he's just missed Hale by, we're talking inches, for a big play. I mean, he's got a great ball. He's got a tight spiral, and for a young kid he just got such composure in the pocket.
Some other scores, 35-0. The Hurricane Tigers are up on Hillcrest. So Jerry Callen well on his way to getting his first win, taking over. They lost by a point last week down in Moapa Valley. People don't realize how hard it is to go play the Pirates down there at home.
Yeah.
So that's going to be big.
They're going to party all night in Hurricane tonight.
Yes, H-Town going to go bananas. Second down and 10 from the 32. Cathedrals, Jefferson dancing around in the pocket, trying to run it up the middle, and he's tackled from the backside. That is Max. No, that's not Max Reynolds. That's number 54, excuse me. And that is nice tackle there.
Yeah, we don't have 54 on our roster, so we'll have to find out who that is. But just great job.
That is, I think it's Cash Ince.
Oh, is that who that is? Okay.
Yeah, they've listed him as 37 or 54, probably depending on what position he's playing for the game. I believe that's Cash, so we'll give him credit for that tackle.
Boy, he just had the motor that time. He got upfield, flushed Peterson to step up in the pocket, and then he was able to bring him down for just a short, minimal, half-yard gain.
Coming up at the half, we'll have the Great Harvest Bread Company halftime report. Start your day with their delicious cinnamon rolls or breakfast sandwiches or great healthy lunch on the go. They'll even cater your next party or event. Rollout, bootleg, throwing down the field. It got his man complete down inside the 20-yard line. What a throw by Jefferson, and an even better catch by Glenn Carrera, who had that kickoff return for the touchdown, and he makes another big play.
Boy, you just see the separation, the speed that Carrera has as that ball's in the air, and he gets upfield, but then he kind of looks like he has a cramp or something as he hobbles off the sideline. But what a beautiful throw and catch that time for Cathedral.
And CC, what'd you see there? Let's bring in CC. CC, what'd you see there?
I don't know. From our perspective up here, it looks like that ball might have been fumbled in play, and it looks like it never quite got out of bounds, but they never played off it.
So here comes Jefferson back to the air. Incomplete.
I thought he had maybe stepped out and then dropped the ball, but it was close. It was bang, bang, wasn't it?
That was a 53-yard completion to Carrera. After that last play goes incomplete, it's 2nd down and 10 in the Red Rock Real Estate red zone. Looking for land or looking for a luxury home, go to redrockrealestate.com. If you're coming to Southern Utah to visit, you can check out their vacation rentals. If you're a homeowner and you're moving or you have an extra house, you need some property management, they have you covered there as well at Red Rock Real Estate. Now there's a injured player down, and it's a phantom at about the 14-yard line on the Snow Canyon near Hash.
Yeah,
and that's Hale. That is the receiver. That is Hale.
Yeah, you're seeing the effects of the heat out there now. That I think he's got a cramp. You saw Carrera, who had that long gainer and the touchdown return. He got a cramp. I mean, you're starting to see him heat up down there, and it's going to be interesting how they can get through his next second half.
Well, Hale is a burner. He's shown us the wheels. I bet he runs a 4.7 40, 4.6 40. He can fly.
Yeah.
And he is the sophomore, 6'3", 175-pounder. And we've got a timeout brought to you again by Luke Udy at American Family Insurance. This is an injury timeout. It gives us a chance to thank some of our other great partners. Remember, for local fans listening on the Fan Sports Network or watching here in Southern Utah, after the game, when your favorite team in Region 9 scores 25 points or more, fans, you win. It's the Holbrook Asphalt Big Score Dessert. You can head over there after the game. You can load up a nice 7-8 ounces of that delicious plain tar, put some strawberries, some of those cheesecake cubes on it, and then when you pay for that, your second one of equal or lesser value is free. Hot start tonight. We go back to the keys to the game. That is check. Balanced attack, check. Containment in the run game especially, check. So Cathedral doing a nice job when you look at those Everbowl keys to the game so far. That's why they got the 1-point lead, 15-14. But Snow Canyon has answered the bell.
I was going to say, if you look at both sides, I think it's kind of been a check for check on each side. And so that's why we got a 1-point game. It's been a great game so far. It's going to be a good one to finish up here.
Student section is jumping like a Camp Randall right now. And that's the 5th one, Keith. A neutral zone infraction there by the defensive line again for Snow Canyon. I believe that's 5. Is that 4 or 5? I've lost track. I think it's 5.
Yeah.
That'll be a 5-yard penalty down to the 15-yard line.
Dev, I see that in week 1, maybe once or twice week 2, but we're in week 3. You just can't give away those free yardage, you know? Those are big yardage. It just comes back to bite you.
Here is a 2nd down and 5 RPO give. It's Dukes Jr. He's going to go into the end zone. No, excuse me. That is number 9 for the Phantoms. And that is a touchdown for Dominic Johnson. My apologies. Dominic Johnson taking it to the house.
Boy, Dev, he just went between the right guard and right tackle and almost just didn't get touched. Yeah, he didn't even get touched till the very end, about the 2-yard line, just hopped into the end zone for 6.
21-14, and they're going to bring on the extra point special teams unit here to kick it, try to make it an 8-point lead again. Brought to you by Best Friends. Check out the website. Take home your new best friend, bestfriends.org, Kanab, Utah. Excited to have them part of our broadcast here on the Fan Sports Network. Low snap handled. Kick is, though, barely over and in.
Yeah.
All right, 30-second timeout. Cathedral back up by 8, 22-14 on the Wilkinson scoreboard.
Hey, St. George, this is Brian. I'm the new owner of your local Everbowl. Looking for a delicious, nutritious meal? Come to Everbowl. Our acai bowls are packed with superfoods to fuel your day. And it's where Region 9 sports fans fuel up.
From bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Stop in and see what's new at Wilkinson's House of Lighting, a proud sponsor of Region 10 Athletics.
Today's game is brought to you by Boulevard Home, Handel's Ice Cream, Intercap Lending, and Red Rock Real Estate.
Back live here, Devin Dixon, Keith Curtis. It's our Boulevard home game of the week. Big Labor Day sale going on. Go check it out all weekend over there at the Boulevard location, St. George and Cedar City. Mesquite, too. Keith,
yeah.
Keith, Snow King going to have to answer again because this Cathedral offense just keeps making big play after big play.
They do. And they're so balanced, Devin, that they can just run it or throw it. They're very impressive. And they can handle the clock, too. Their quarterback has such control of what he's doing out there. For a young sophomore, I'm really impressed with what he's been able to do so far.
So 8-point deficit. Coming up, we'll get you some stats at the half. And stats brought to you by Scooter's Coffee. And we'll see. I don't have the official numbers. We'll get them at the half. Statistician working down there, Jamie Kraling for Snow Canyon. But we're going to see some really good passing numbers from both these quarterbacks. And if you remember, that we picked those guys, Keith, as our Findlay Subaru Star Wash guys tonight.
Yep.
Now it's Joe Mack Smith's turn, senior quarterback. Going to give it. It's Esplin. Esplin going to go off right tackle for a gain of 2.
Yeah, I've been impressed so far with both sides. Like you mentioned, Dev, we thought it would be both quarterbacks. And I know we said this earlier, but we got to see how Snow Canyon can respond after falling behind a little bit here. So far, they've been really good at staying right level with Cathedral. When they would score, they'll bounce back. So something we got to keep our eye on.
Next stoppage, I want to get you some rink Region 9 updates. SkateTheRink.com, perfect for your kid's next birthday party. Good old-fashioned fun. This little swing pass and just a little bit off the fingertips there of Esplin. Mentioned Hurricane up 35-0. Canyon View was moving the ball at their own 41. About 4 minutes left in that battle for the pickaxe up there. And Cedar's leading Canyon View 20-7 right now.
Wow. That's always a bitter rivalry game. No matter how good each team is, it's always usually pretty close.
Here we go. Somebody stomping around in the stands. Joe Mack Smith wants to get this crowd back into this game. Looking to throw. Sets his feet, fires it down the field, and it's high and incomplete. Safety was coming over the top, and the corner was drifting back, and that would have had to be a perfect throw to complete that pass.
Yeah, and that was a little bit high, and they were trying to hit the young sophomore, number 6. That was Isaiah Thompson. But where Joe Mack got in trouble that first week I was here, Dev, his throws were high, and that's because he got a little bit of pressure in his face. He's got to bring that down to avoid the turnover.
Another Region 9 update brought to you by The Rink, SkateTheRink.com, where students, if they show their high school ID, can, on Saturday nights, 8 to 10 p.m., can get a free rollerblade or roller skate rental. That'll save you $5.
Yeah.
28-0. Dixie is losing right now to Park City. If fans are looking for that one, you can also watch that game over there on thefansportsnetwork.com. Punt unit out for the Warriors, and this is a good one, but returnable from the 37. And going to be midfield, 40, still going. He might break it to the 20. Sean Brooks lost the ball. Sean Brooks lost the ball. I thought Sean Brooks was going to score.
He would have, Dev. He went to switch from the left hand to the right hand. Right here, watch right here. Oh, it just slipped out of there.
And the Warriors have recovered. Unbelievable break for Snow Canyon. Maybe the sweat, the heat there just slipped right out, Keith.
I don't know, Dev, but he did not get touched. He went 50, 60 yards and didn't get touched, and then it just slipped right out.
You just hate it for that young man because that doesn't happen very often.
No.
He'll probably never have that happen again. The flag down on the field about the 24-yard line. And
my goodness.
I didn't see the infraction, so I would be just guessing at this point. We'll wait for the official word from our crew tonight. 5:32 left in the second quarter. Cathedral leads 22-14. Looked like they were going to take even a bigger lead.
You just saw the speed of their return man. I mean, we saw it on the kickoff.
Carrera had that 99-yarder. Yeah.
And now we see it on the punt return. I mean, he did not get touched, and just a freak thing, and the ball pops out. So a huge break for Snow Canyon.
Okay, it was a hold on Cathedral and a block in the back. So irrelevant, Snow Canyon football.
Yeah.
Don't have our official mic'd up tonight, but you could kind of see the signals both going against the Phantoms.
CC, were you supposed to get it mic'd up tonight? What happened with that?
No.
That was not in the budget.
Maybe next year, right?
We throw a little spiff money in there for you.
So with 5:22 to go, you watch this one more time. Look like Sean Brooks was going to go to the house, and he just had it slip right out of the wickets. And then right to a Warrior trailing the play.
And you were calling it like he was going to score. And
I thought he was.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he was. So a big, big break. That is the first turnover of the night for either team. And the only good news with that, if there ever is a silver lining when you turn the ball over, at least it happened way at the end of that run. And so Snow Canyon's going to have 85 yards in front of them, and they'll start from their own 15-yard line. And it'll be a loss. And the ball did pop out, but he was down by contact first. A loss of 1 on the play. That was Max Reynolds on the carry.
That was really bottled up nicely by number 52. That was Juan Pablo Jimenez.
Yeah, Max didn't have a chance. I mean, as soon as he started to get towards scrimmage, he was hit. Missed assignment there. A little bit shorthanded, no Andrew Castro. That is a big loss. We got to meet him at the Region 9 Football Media Day a couple weeks ago, and very nice young man, big, strong kid, kind of the heart and soul. He's the starting guard on this team, and he's out. They'll set up a screen. It's complete. Esplin takes it across the 20 to the 21. Cale Esplin, he's just a junior. Brock's little brother. Of course, Brock playing at Snow College now.
Yeah. Good play call. It sets up a third and a little more manageable now for Snow Canyon.
Of course, Coach Esplin, the head coach, that's Cale, is his younger son. Both his older brother wore 22 and Cale wearing 22. It's kind of a family number.
They know what they like in the Esplin family.
Double deuce, baby. They're going to go to Esplin again, but even if he catches that, he was, hearing footsteps.
Oh, he was well covered by number 28 that time for Cathedral. That was Caden Brooks with the coverage.
Yeah, he's the safety. Obviously had the flat on that assignment, and he was right there. You love it when your guys are in the right place at the right time, doing their assignments, their 111s.
I like how Cathedral plays their defense. They really pressure you up front and put pressure on those front linemen just because they're blitzing and moving all the time. Makes it really difficult.
4:13 to go here, and the punt unit back on. So even though they get the turnover, Snow Canyon going to go 3 and out and have to punt the football back. And I'm sure special teams coaches have said, hey, guys, let's get in our lanes and not have a repeat of that last one, because unlikely that you'd fumble twice in a row, and now we've got a timeout or a stoppage here. Coach Esplin, I believe, is going to take a timeout maybe to talk more in depth about exactly that.
Well, I think they know who not to kick it to.
Some more scores. Crimson is surprising Springville right now. Crimson just keeps getting better and better. They're 0-2, defending 4A state champs in the state of Utah. They're up 21-7 on the road over the Red Devils.
Well, and Springville's a really good team. I'm a little surprised I'm not surprised, but just a 2-touchdown lead after the. But you know what? Crimson played really good last week and came up a little bit short.
Yeah, I was talking with Carl Frankie. We were breaking down all the games this morning on the drive right here on the Fan Sports Network, and me and both Frankie said, hey, we expect Crimson to be in that game in the fourth quarter. They're not going to be intimidated by the size and the physicality of a 5A school, because they just played a 6A school and only lost 17-7.
Yeah.
And so Coach Alofa, Coach Stokes, the one thing that's constant, they might have 40-plus seniors graduate, but the coaching staff is the same.
Yeah.
And they're going to have those guys ready. Don't be fooled. Teams like Snow Canyon, Dixie, Crimson, Desert Hill, some of the teams that were picked top 4 in the region going into the season, I think they're going to be fine once they get to the season, assuming they can stay mostly injury-free. This is returnable again. It's Brooks back there again. John Brooks is going to be weaving his way to the outside of midfield, down to the 40, and a good return and good ball security there.
Yeah.
By Brooks.
You notice he had a little extra tightness around that ball this time. But again, another great return. He got almost 20 yards back on the return. So they'll have great field position with just 3:59 left here in the second half to get another score on the board.
Got another timeout. Gives us a chance to thank some more sponsors. Fabulous Freddy's, go unlimited. Fabulous Freddy's Car Wash has some big discounts. If you get the unlimited car wash, the bigger packages, the more gas discounts you get. Go check out all the details at Fabulous Freddy's. Appreciate Dealer Collision, our big hits sponsor. We'll keep an eye on some big hits. We've seen a few already, but if you've been in an accident, see the local boys at Dealer Collision. They'll get your car fixed up and back on the road. And appreciate, again, Coral Canyon Golf Course. Hopefully we'll have some coaches' comments brought to you by Coral Canyon after this one goes final. Still a lot of game to be played. Cathedral leading 22-14. Just under 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Cathedral football in Warrior territory. First down, a lot of time. Wide open over the middle. That is caught. That is Hale. And Hale, who got shaken up, is back out there, and nobody was within 10 yards of him.
I don't know if it was a breakdown in coverage or what, but for Cathedral, you got to love that combination. The sophomores are the QB's a sophomore. You got the young Hale, who's a sophomore. I mean, they got a really nice nucleus that's budding right in front of our eyes here.
You could see on that Holbrook asphalt replay, you had 3 Warriors on that deep buy. Because, you know, Jefferson's been taking shots down the field, that crossing route in the middle was vacated, and he was all alone. That'll take him down to the 15-yard line into the Red Rock Real Estate red zone. Now the officials are going to confer here. The white hat is walking over to the side judge here, and they're moving the chains.
Oh, maybe there was a penalty or something.
I didn't see Laundry on the field, but it looks that way. They're going to march backwards a little bit here. Was there a legal man downfield, maybe? CC,
yeah,
did
that's
you
what
see
it was.
anything
He just
there?
tapped the head, so that's what happened. They just called it.
Watch the offensive line. Do any of them get downfield? I don't think so. Is that what they call?
Yeah, and look at the coach over there. He's like, how can you call that on me? Because from that replay, you couldn't really see anybody downfield.
They all look like they were just on their block. So
here it is one more time, Dev.
The line of scrimmage is the 40.
Yeah.
The left tackle's blocking. He's the 39. I'm not sure. And maybe that wasn't the call. Maybe we misinterpreted it. But regardless, that's going to be a big penalty and march the Phantoms back to their own 45 instead of 1st and 10 from the 15. Yeah. That's in essence a 30-yard swing.
Yeah, that's a big turn of events. You're flipping the field almost that way.
22-14. Cathedral leading with the football, but they have been backed up after the penalty. They'll go twins to either side. Jaden Jefferson, the sophomore quarterback, out of the shotgun. 4-man front defensively for Snow Canyon. They'll bring an extra man late. And they will get to Jefferson. Ball's loose, recovered by the Warriors. Picked up by number 35, Christian Moltzen. And the Warriors have their second takeaway here in the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, that was Kalen Kelly, I believe, number 31, who got in there, knocked the ball away. It was the same guy. You're right.
But you're right, Kelly was there, but
Yeah.
I think it was the same guy that recovered it that got on it.
You're right. He stripped the ball and then fell on it. What a great play athletically there by the Snow Canyon defender.
Christian Moltzen, sophomore, 6 foot. They sent Kale Esplin in late on a blitz from his backer position. And just that late pressure allowed Christian to get the strip sack and the fumble recovery. Turnover number 2 for the Phantoms, and they're in Phantom territory. Warriors play action. They'll pass it. They'll complete it. It's JT Westbrook, and that's a gain of 10 and enough for a Fabulous Freddy's first down.
Yeah, that's just a nice job. Faking the dive, run, and then they just pop up, throw it 5-yard out, and he picks up 5 more. For an easy first down for Snow Canyon.
And the Warriors got to capitalize on these turnovers. The last one they went 3 and out. This time they pick up a first down on their first play.
Well, they've kind of stalled the last couple drives, the offense has, so they need to figure something else out.
From the 37, they'll run it and nothing doing. There is number 54, George Navoa, the backer, that stacks up the runner for no gain.
Well, we've called his name a few times tonight. He's all over the place.
And Greer was low. You might give him an assist there, give them each half a tackle. Both got there about the same time.
Yeah.
Greer actually might have got there a split second before Navoa. Regardless, great defensive play by those two guys.
We saw more of Novoa on that one. He's just so wide.
Greer was kind of hidden down around the ankles, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Greer's been very active, though, tonight. They're showing blitz. They come with 5. And a hold maybe not called, or did a flag fly?
No,
yes, the flag is flying. Joe Mac Smith goes up high, upended, hits the turf. And this one's coming back on the holding. You can't, out there on that right tackle, you're on an island, and anytime you see that jersey and you hold, everybody sees that, including the 3 blind mice in the broadcast booth.
Yeah, big 72 for Snow Canyon. That's Harley Fouts. Unfortunately, reached out with that left hand, got a Hall jersey.
Well, in his defense, he's trying to hold a pocket, and then Joe Mac's trying to get outside the pocket. And just got caught with the jersey, hold on the Warriors. That'll back them up. Now, it used to be a spot foul. It's not anymore. That's one of the rules they changed last year before the season. So it'll be 2nd down and 20.
Well, that'll save him about 10 yards with that new rule in place, because he was about 8 yards or 10 yards down field when he got caught holding.
So that'll back him up. Still in phantom territory. They'll snap this play with trips to the short side of the field from the 48-yard line. Joseph Smith, the quarterback for the Warriors, mishandled this, but he bobbles it, gets it, and he's sacked. He goes down. Greer again is so quick in the backfield, and he had help.
Boy, he's listed as an athlete on the roster, and you can see why. His get-off speed is so fast. The Snow Canyon left tackle had no chance.
Greer listed, Jeremiah Greer is a junior, about 6'1", 205, but that 205 is moving.
Yeah. That's one kid you're going to see playing at the next level. You can tell just from the speed and athleticism, he gets around that corner.
1:32 to go in the first half. Cathedral up 22-14, and Snow Canyon is going backwards right now.
Yeah, they were inside with the 40-yard line, if I remember right. Now they're on the almost their own 40.
They were at the 37 and a half. Smith rolling, looking to throw. Has some time. He's outside the numbers, outside the hash. He's going to run. Tackle from the backside.
Take a guess who got him.
Greer.
Yeah. He went all the way. He pushed the pocket to the right. Comes all the way from behind and makes the stop.
But a good run, actually. Nobody was open downfield. And that'll get them back to where it's now 4th and manageable. But do they punt it? They're down 8. Yeah, punt unit coming on, it looks like. Here comes the offense off the field.
Well, and Joe Mac Smith, he took a big hit on that left shoulder as Greer came around the corner. And
one more look on our Holbrook asphalt.
Watch this here.
Yeah,
boom.
That right shoulder does get landed on for Joe Mac there. And we got a timeout. Check in on our rink, skatetherink.com. Book your birthday party. Starting as low as, I think, $125. If you book online and use discount code PARTY10, you'll get 10% off. And, of course, you can call and tell them, hey, I want the radio special. They'll get you that discount. Halftime scores right now in Region 9, brought to you again by the rink. Hurricane leading Hillcrest 35-0. 22-14 here. Park City blanking Dixie 28-0. Tooele's up 16-14 on Pineview. Cedar leading Canyon View 20-7. Centennial leading Desert Hills. That's still first quarter, 15-7. And Crimson leading Springville 21-7.
Uh-oh, Dev.
Bad snap, low, but handled and away, and a really good job just to get rid of it and avoid a major disaster.
I saw the ball on the ground, and I thought, this is not good. But they did a nice job just getting enough on it to get it out of there. They probably only got about 15 to 20 yards on the net punt, but just lucky they didn't get blocked.
That is Kevin Lopez that give the punter some credit. Lopez has been busy in this half, and this drive will start, it looks like, from the 21-yard line of Cathedral. Now, they've got some time, but how aggressive do you want to go? 51 seconds.
They got some burners if I'm Cathedral.
Take some shots?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you got to lose? I think he's still got one timeout left. Why not?
And Jefferson hasn't turned the ball over. Well, I guess he got it stripped just moments ago. So 2 turnovers. You don't want a third here. His pressure coming. He's going to throw it into the flat and live to fight another down as it's incomplete. And maybe roughing is the call here as Jefferson went down. That was Hank West that hit him.
They're going to call taunting, Dev. He stood over him. Yeah, watch after he hits it. Watch how he stands over him and steps over him. You just don't need that. You know what I mean?
Are you sure it was a taunt or just a late hit?
Oh, just a late hit. Yeah.
Okay. Just roughing. It was like 1-2, and then the hit after. I think Jefferson knew he had no play. He was just getting rid of it. I don't think he was intentionally stepping over the top of him, but he's coming strrait at him.
Yeah.
And he's trying to not step on him.
Taking him that way.
I would argue he's trying not to step on Jefferson there, but we're from the backside, kind of seeing what our viewers are seeing.
But man, give Jefferson credit. He stands in there, takes the hit, pops right back up.
So fresh set of downs for Jefferson and the Phantoms with 46.9 seconds on the Nets on Fire first half clock. Rolling right, throwing, complete into Warrior territory. Down the sideline goes Prince and finally pushed out of bounds. And that didn't take long to get within almost field goal range for the Phantoms.
No, you're 2 plays, Dev, and just like that, they're all the way down to the 32-yard line. So they've been able to go from the 22 to the 32 in 2 plays. And only, 12 seconds off the clock?
Coming up, the Great Harvest Bread Company halftime report. Start your day with their amazing fresh baked bread, cinnamon rolls, breakfast sandwiches. They got granola, some really tasty food for lunch. They'll cater. Got a team party. Contact Great Harvest, 2 St. George locations today. Jefferson looking to throw. Now he's scrambling to the right. Going to run it now, and he's going to be ran out of bounds. Good outside containment there by Milo Ince, the sophomore. There's some young guys mixed with some upperclassmen for Coach Esplin on this defense.
They're having to mix it up a little bit, but that's just great pocket awareness by Jefferson to realize the blitz is coming from the middle, so he bounces out, picks up positive yardage, and gets out of bounds, so it saves the clock, Dev. Very smart play.
Almost didn't have an angle. The speed of Jefferson, just a sophomore. And now the play call comes in from Coach Jefferson. And the Phantoms will snap this with 31 seconds on the clock. They're up 22-14. Second down, and we'll call it 7. Pocket collapsing, going to run. Bounce into the outside, breaks a tackle down near the red zone, and out of bounds again. Clock will stop with 23.5 left.
Boy, Dev, I'm just impressed with his pocket awareness. There was nothing downfield, so he just kind of rides the running back a little bit, uses him as a shield, and is able to pick up a first down, get out of bounds. And again, I know he's a young sophomore, but he just looks really, really comfortable in that pocket.
Poise and moxie are the words that I would use to describe, Jaden Jefferson. So the Phantoms got plenty of time here, and they're right here at the 20. Play clock ticking down, got to go soon. Jefferson ready, out of the shotgun. Gonna throw, quick trigger, out of the backfield, hits Dukes Jr. Jr. gonna be tackled by Cale Esplin, and also number 31, Kalen Kelly helping out. And now take a timeout to stop the clock.
Just a little flat route there, and he picks up good 5-6 yards, just churning his legs, keeping the legs moving, and they use that timeout to, save the clock. So I wouldn't be surprised to have second down. They try to make a couple of throws into the end zone, try to get that score here right before the half.
Yeah, 14 seconds. You got time to take 3 shots, right? And if it's not there and Jefferson wants to scramble on the first one or the second one, I believe they still have 1 timeout.
Yeah.
So you don't mind it if Jefferson decides to tuck and run with 14 seconds on the clock. You'd prefer to take 3 shots into the end zone, though, but we'll see what they decide to do. I mean, a field goal would still make it. Nobody's led by 2 possessions yet in this game tonight.
No, you're absolutely right.
It was, 7-0. Snow Canyon tied at 7-7 on a Smith to Johnson TD, and then that 99-yard touchdown return by Carrera. And Snow Canyon, they got the 2-point conversion. And then, Snow Canyon hit Trayvon.
Right.
Cut it back down to 8. Decided not to chase the points, and then obviously that
Well, then we almost had the punt return for a touchdown, too.
The two fumbles have really squandered what could be a bigger lead for the Phantoms, but they still can go up by 2 scores here. Jefferson's going to roll the pocket to the left, throw on the run. It is caught on the outside, down inside the 10 by Hale. Good catch by Hale. Quentin Hale is a sophomore as well. Saw him a little shaken up, but showing no ill effects of that at this point in time. Looks fine.
He's such a big target, Dev, down in the red zone like this. That's so valuable. And he's got great hands. You could see him softly catch the ball, toe tap into the sideline. He's very gifted for a young sophomore.
Yes.
And at that size.
6'3", yeah. 6'3", you like that size.
That's almost Marvin Harrison Jr. type size right there.
Well, and you look, the cornerback over on the other side that's guarding him, Ryder Rentz, I mean, he's 5'8", so he's giving him some 5 inches.
That's why he looks so big.
Yeah, giving up some height there. See if they want a high point one to him here. They've got 9.2, first and goal, into the end zone, corner, and overshot him by a yard or two, and it's incomplete.
Boy, they had him, too. A little bit softer throw in the back corner there. He could have dropped it in there, but that's a tough throw from the far left hash into the back end of the end zone.
But I like how Jefferson looked it off to Hale and then went that way.
Yeah, and by doing that, that draws the safety's attention away, which gives it more of a chance to go up and get the ball.
Well, and he had one-on-one coverage. There's no question about it. That's the right spot to go with that football. Just led him a little bit too far. And now you got 4 seconds left. And so you bring on the field goal unit here. So, you know, maybe a little bit of a moral victory for Snow Canyon. You don't give up the touchdown. Maybe you can block this and come out unscathed and keep it a 1-possession game.
Yeah.
Down by 8. Here's the snap. It's low. Holder gets it. Kick is away, and it is good. He got it.
Boy, it wasn't much height on that thing. It barely went over the crossbar, but it's still 3 points. They'll take it.
About a 28-yard, 29-yard field goal. It is good. And that ends the half. No time left on the clock. So we go to the break. Keith, your thoughts on the first half? Exciting first half.
Yeah. We've had some explosiveness. Snow Canyon's just got to clean it up a little bit on offense to get back in this. But I think they can do it. They found the recipe. I think they can do it in the second half.
25-15 our score. Keith will give us some more analysis when we come back, when we fire up the Great Harvest Bread Company halftime show. We'll get you some scores from around the region, scores from around the country. College football is back in a big way. We had a taste of it with week 0. Got a bunch of games yesterday. Tonight there's a few more. Big slate tomorrow, including Utah Tech here in St. George, Utah, playing Montana State, number 4 in the country in the FCS. They beat New Mexico last week.
Yeah.
We'll talk all about this game and get you some scores and news and notes and what to watch for this weekend. Again, on the Wilkinson scoreboard at the half. We'll take a 2-minute timeout and we'll come back with the halftime report. 25-14, the Phantoms from California leading the Warriors here tonight.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
At Intermountain Sports Performance, we've been training athletes for over 20 years, and we guarantee your athlete will improve speed, agility, explosive power, and reduce the risk of injury while working with the most qualified and experienced team in southern Utah. Find us on Instagram at sportsperformance_IH to learn more.
From bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Stop in and see what's new at Wilkinson's House of Lighting, a proud sponsor of Region 10 Athletics.
on, sports fans. It's Boo and Nick from Honolulu Grill.
Come get a taste of the islands. Try our famous Kahlua pork or tender teriyaki chicken, and you'll love our mac salad and sweet sauce on your rice.
Don't forget to try our original Kava 8 at Honolulu Grill. It's game time.
Today's game is brought to you by Findlay Subaru, Honolulu Grill, Nets on Fire, and Intermountain Sports Performance.
E-Shells Performance. We welcome you back to Snow Canyon High School, and we are at the break. A lot of fun, entertaining first half. Some big plays all over the field for both teams. 25-14 is our halftime score. Again, halftime presented by Great Harvest Bread Company. You'll look at some of the stats in the first half, and Keith, 8 carries for 53 yards for Cathedral. 17 carries, just 40 yards for the Warriors.
Warriors just can't get much going up front. They got, they're up against some a little bit bigger, stouter D-line from Cathedral, but they're doing what they can to try to keep them at home and be honest with it so they can set up the pass.
Joe Max Smith goes 9 of 17, 161 yards through the air, 2 touchdowns. Jefferson, a little bit better there, 11 and 19, 140 yards. So total yardage pretty close, 231 to 203. And we've got ourselves, 25-14 game. The problem right now, and this goes back to our keys to the game for Snow Canyon, they're only 2 and 9 on third down. Keith.
Yeah, that's been the big one. They got to clean that up. Got to get a little more efficient. As you mentioned, in the pregame, our keys to the game, that convert the money downs, and they just haven't been able to get that tonight. And if they can't get that going in that second half, Dev, Cathedral had a couple of chances they could have scored. This game could be a 40-14 game, so they got to be careful.
Correction, Joe Mack was 9 of 15 because I remember the backup had to come in for one play.
Oh, yeah.
So 9 of 15, 176. You add in the sack yardage and stuff. We've got our Snow Canyon Fan of the Week here in the booth. Wave to everybody. This is Molly. Molly is here with her dad watching the game. Look, good first half, huh?
Yes, good first half. Oh my heck, it's been so long since I've been here.
She wanted to come by and say hello to everybody. Let's look at some more stats here as Cathedral's up 25-14. Turnovers. You wonder what could have been. Snow Canyon on that second turnover down there at about, the 37, Keith, and then went backwards. So not really able to take advantage of 2 phantom turnovers.
Yeah, we've had a couple of opportunities, Snow Canyon has, and like you said, that last one, they lost 25 yards and had to punt, almost got the punt blocked. So they've got to be able to take advantage of those key moments, and unfortunately, between the third downs and those turnovers, they just haven't been able to do that.
Other individual stats, Carson Stewart, 1 catch, 57 yards. Cale Johnson, 1 for 43. That was a touchdown. Trayvon, 2 catches, 23 yards. They ran that play back-to-back, the second one going for the 18-yard touchdown.
Yeah, that was just a great play call. Normally, offensive coordinators don't like to call back-to-back the same plays, and they worked to perfection, and they got a touchdown out of it.
Hale, 4 catches for 58 yards, leads them in receptions. Carrera won, but it was a big one. That was a 47-yarder, and he had the kickoff return for the touchdown.
Yeah, he's just got blazing speed, and they got to rein him in a little bit on those kickoffs. If not, he could break another one.
Greer got to be the leading tackler in this game too, doesn't he?
Oh, he's got phenomenal speed on that defensive end position, and he's been in almost on every other tackle, it seems like.
Snow Canyon cheerleaders entertaining our viewers. And, of course, we are live. It's our Boulevard Home Game of the Week. Shout out to everybody out there. Molly, our Fan of the Week, giving everybody some love. Yeah, giving a shout out to Bronson out there. What's up, BB? And everybody at home. Devin Dixon, Keith Curtis, and Molly hanging out with us tonight as well. Connor, give Connor a round of applause.
Yeah,
I don't care if you're home.
All right.
He's working hard over here, getting all the replays for you and everything. And we're going to take another break. When we come back, though, more of the Great Harvest Bread Company halftime show. We will get you scores from around the region. We'll talk about some second half adjustments. Right now at the break, 25-14 Cathedral out of California leading Snow Canyon here on the Fan Sports Network, streaming on the fansportsnetwork.com. We're also up on KSLSports.com tonight, so Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And we're not done. We're at the halfway point. Good one brewing here. We'll be right back after this 2-minute timeout.
Your child's sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the court or field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports and get signed up at sgcityrec.org.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Hello? Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
At Intermountain Sports Performance, we've been training athletes for over 20 years, and we guarantee your athlete will improve speed, agility, explosive power, and reduce the risk of injury while working with the most qualified and experienced team in Southern Utah. Find us on Instagram at sportsperformance_IH to learn more.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
Hi, I'm Jermaine Jegman from The Rink, and I'm inviting you to come out and escape the rink. The Rink is the hot spot in town for big group events and kid birthday parties. We now have a karaoke room and retro skate night every Friday night. Visit skatetherink.com to learn more and let the good times roll at The Rink.
Red Rock Real Estate has over 200 professional realtors in the St. George area that specialize in the local market. Whether you're buying your dream home, looking for an investment property, or want to sell your home for the highest amount, the Red Rock Real Estate team is here to assist you. Get started now by visiting redrockrealestate.com. Today's game is brought to you by Wilkinson's House of Lighting, The Rink, Jersey Mike's, and Coral Canyon Golf Course.
Hey everybody, we are back live at Snow Canyon High School Great Harvest Bread Company, bringing you a halftime show. We had a blast hanging out with Molly. She's going to go back and cheer for the hometown team. And again, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening here from the Boulevard broadcast booth. And let's get you some scores, right? A lot of the halftime scores right now. Halftime in Las Vegas, just getting a report in. Titan Mason is back running the football for Desert Hills. That's good news. He missed last week. 14 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown. Also 2 catches, 23 more yards, and a touchdown. Grondell's thrown for 153 and a score. Cyrus Polu, he was shaken up last week, but he's back in lineup, leading tackler in that game, as that's a tied game. I think it's 14-14 right now. Other games are underway. Cedar just kicked off. It was a pooch kick. So Canyon View down 21-7, started the third quarter, but good field position at the 35 for Canyon View. So they get the ball first. So that battle for Iron County is a tight one so far.
Well, it's always something weird happens in that game. It's always close. As you know, a very emotional game.
49-7. How about 7 first-half touchdowns for the Hurricane Tigers?
That's good for them. You know, they've waited a long time to be able to have an offensive explosion like that.
I want to say they played 3 straight state championships before winning it, and I think it was 2009 to 2013. But since then, they've kind of struggled a little bit, but Jerry Cowan taking over, and there's a lot of excitement for the Tiger football program. And Coach Cowan's going to probably, without a major letdown, he's going to get his first win of the season, and first win as the coach of the Tigers.
Yeah,
and now, don't forget, he was with Duchesne for many moons and won 5 state championships.
He knows what he's doing, yeah.
You don't see a coach go from the 1A to the 4A classification. That jump doesn't happen very often, and that's what Coach Cowan is doing. And man, it started in the weight room in the offseason. They got a good turnout, so they're building something out there. Brick by brick, they're starting to lay that foundation.
They are. And they've, Hurricanes had some talent out there. They just haven't had enough, and I think they're slowly starting to get that in there now. And you got a coach that knows how to win and know how to, at that next level, and it just changes the whole atmosphere. And it sounds like they're making that turn right now.
Last report at the half, it was 28-0, Park City leading Dixie. Last report we had, Tooele was up by 2 on Pineview, 16-14. And Crimson Cliffs last report was up 21-7. So those are your Region 9 scores brought to you by The Rink. Hey, parents listening, students listening, every Saturday night, 8 to 10, it's kind of a high school night at The Rink. Go skate. They got a karaoke room. They got arcades. They got the snack bar going. And if you show your high school ID on Saturday nights at The Rink, you get free skate or rollerblade rental. I'll save mom and dad $5 because I doubt too many of these students are paying their own way at The Rink. Can you roller skate, Keith?
It's not pretty.
No?
I'm not going to lie to you. You get the mass moving on, wheels. It's hard to stop. That's why I don't snow ski.
Wild turn of events in Springville. The Red Devils threatening to score late in the second quarter. Crimson stops them on 4th and goal with about 2:30 left. Mustangs drive all the way into territory of Springville and throw an interception. Devils get to midfield, heave a long pass with 21 seconds to go. It was batted away, but it is 21-14. 21-14. There was a batted ball, and it was deflected, and it was caught for the touchdown.
Oh, man.
So the 14-point lead is now 7, but Crimson is still leading, but have that update for you there, 21-14. Again, just 2-12 for our Region 9 teams here in Utah after the first 2 weeks of the preseason. Fans are not used to that. Teams are not used to that. And so kind of hoping maybe a 4-win night, maybe. I mean, Pine View's only down 2. Hurricanes well on their way to win. This game's not over yet, although Snow Canyon's down by 11 right now at the half.
Yeah, and if you're Snow Canyon, Dev, I think you got to go in, go over a few things, tighten things up execution-wise, and really not get those stupid little penalties that have helped Cathedral just march down the field. I think if they can clean that up a little bit, they'll be okay in the second half.
Let's bring in Connor Collins producing. Connor, I'm curious, your take on this first half. What is, Cathedral done well? What has Snow Canyon done well? And what are some adjustments for the second half?
Yeah, I think what I like so far from Snow Canyon is they kind of stayed with their game, right? I feel like they haven't done anything too far out of it. They've taken the shots when they were there. I feel like they've tried to run the ball when they've needed to. The one thing I do want to see from them is capitalize on the turnovers. There's been a couple times they were able to get some very fortunate turnovers there by Cathedral. You had the one punt that, to be honest, should have been a touchdown, and the guy just randomly drops it. Then you go back and you look at the quarterback with the strip sack fumble. Got to capitalize on those turnovers if you're Snow Canyon. And then I think if you look at what Cathedral has to do, it's quite simply just protect the ball. At this point, you have a good lead. There's nothing that you need to do to get outside of your game. If you see somebody deep, maybe take that shot. But in all essence, Cathedral has had their way so far on the ground. I think they just got to continue to stick with that game plan.
I think that's what they're going to do this second half. They're going to come out and just say, you know what, stop us if you can. Would not be surprised if that's what they try to do.
You look at our Finley Subaru Star Watch, we pick both quarterbacks. You got to, again, love the numbers if you're coach of these two quarterbacks. I thought they played well. Joe Mack, 9 of 15, 176. Jaden Jefferson, 10 of 18, 146. Both guys touching, throwing multiple touchdowns. So quarterback play was pretty good for early in the season.
It's very solid. Another name to throw out there, Glenn Carrera, number 6 for Cathedral.
Big first half.
Oh, huge first half.
With that kick return, kind of exciting play.
Yeah.
And I do apologize. We caught the tail end of it. The referees kind of caught us in a commercial break there. We don't have a red hat down on the field tonight. They didn't give us a full timeout there, so we caught the tail end of it. We do apologize, but that was a heck of a run.
Oh, it was beautiful. And he did mishandle it at the beginning. And when you see the ball on the turf, it's like, oh, this could be trouble. And he just picks it up, and he was gone.
If you're Cathedral, though, you're kind of like, we should be up more because Sean Brooks was running in the end zone.
Yeah.
And that phantom fumble, and then obviously that sack fumble there. They had a couple drives squandered there, and Snow Canyon was able to not score on those and get any points off the turnovers. But at least they did hold them to a field goal there at the very end, and it will be phantom football to start this second half. They will get the ball first because they deferred to start the game.
Yeah, it's going to be really important for Snow Canyon to come out and hopefully get a 3-and-out or a quick stop, just so they can get a little bit of momentum going here in the second half.
Yeah, we are having a good time. Fans are having a good time. It was fun to have our fan of the week, Molly, come join us in the broadcast booth as we settle in for the second half. Again, thanks to our stat sponsor, Scooters Coffee. Thanks to Great Harvest Bread Company, our halftime sponsor. Go check out their breakfast or lunch, or have them cater a next office party or corporate event, or maybe a team meeting or team dinner for one of your high school teams. Any Booster Club presidents out there, take Take your phone out of your pocket next week and call up Great Harvest and tell them thanks for sponsoring high school sports here on the Fan Sports Network.
Yeah, they're a great sponsor. Have great food. Can't go wrong there, Dev, that's for sure.
Let's get it going. Let's get it going. Officials are back out. Players are back out. They did put a couple of minutes mandatory when you come out of the locker room late. You got to give them that mandatory 3-minute warm-up. So we got about 60 seconds more, and we will kick off this second half here tonight. And again, both teams have done a really good job. I mean, X Factor, I think Trey Vaughn has kind of been an X Factor tonight, playing both ways. They've done they're still not great on the money downs, but they've done good enough that they're still in this game on third down. Snow Canyon, with no Castro tonight, that offensive line, they've kept Joe Mack Smith pretty upright. They've been coming after him a little bit, though, but both these teams have blitzed quite a bit in that first half.
They have. But you are right. That Snow Canyon line's done a decent enough job for Joe Mack to be able to get some yardage downfield.
Correction on one of our scores. I believe it's Centennial 15, Desert Hills 14.
Oh.
I think I said 14-14 earlier. Mentioned Crimson 21-14. Hurricane up big over Hillcrest. Park City 28-0 over Dixie. Pineview still down 2, and Cedar still up 20-7 on Canyon View. So those are all halftime scores. Remember to stick around after we're done on the radio side for the Region 9 wrap-up show with Paul Ratliff tonight. And hopefully we'll be sending you out for that Holbrook Asphalt big score dessert. Big boot again here. And it's into the end zone for the touchback, and we are underway. Jaden Jefferson and the Phantoms will set up shop on the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Devin Dixon, Keith Curtis. This is our Boulevard Home Game of the Week. Check out their Labor Day sale going on all weekend long, making your house more like home. And a portion of all the proceeds benefit the Washington County Schools. So if you're looking for some furniture or appliances, go shop smart and shop at the Boulevard this weekend. Just a reminder, now that we're getting the second half, we're looking for some awards. And, boy, we got a lot of players in the mix for our Findlay Subaru Star of the Game, our AWP Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game, as well as our Jersey Mike's Sub of the Game.
You got a lot for me to think about, Dev.
Yep, keep an eye on that, buddy. It's on you tonight. I'm giving you full decision-making, and they'll run it on 1st down, and this is going to be a decent run by the Phantoms. This is number 9, Dominic Johnson, the senior. And he'll pick up a gain of 4, almost 5 there. He made that first guy miss.
Yeah, he did a nice job between the guard and the tackle, making the first guy miss and popped it to the outside. Tried to do the old stiff arm. Got 5 good yards out of it.
Watch this block by the guard here coming down, a pancake block.
Wow.
That's a good block, and it's away from the play side. 2nd down, they'll quick pass it. It's low, and it's not going to be caught. I think that's going to be ruled an incompletion. Yes, it is. Good call there by the officials. They saw what I saw.
Boy, Dev, that was the worst throw we've seen Jefferson throw tonight. That was low at the feet. Normally he has that ball right where maybe it got tipped.
Well, I think that defensive end altered that throwing lane, and he had to throw it a little bit behind and low, so it didn't maybe get tipped. I couldn't tell if it was tipped or not. And that's Trey Vaughn on that right side.
It was number 50 for Snow Canyon.
Oh, that's West.
Yeah, West.
Run again. Or pass again here, Keith. 3rd down, and we'll call it 5. You put the ball in Jefferson's hands here?
Yeah, I'll bet they do a little RPO right here.
He's going to drop back, and he's going to throw. And it's a bullet, and it's in and out of the intended receiver's hands, and it's incomplete. And a good defensive stand there. And punt unit probably going to have to come on here for the Phantoms.
Yeah, that hit Sean Brooks right in the numbers. That Brooks is the one that was on that punt return that fumbled it. Kind of having a slippery night here tonight in St. George.
Yeah, but you'll love you go back to that guy, right? You just keep giving him the ball. I mean, he's obviously out there for a reason. And now they're going to have to punt it, though. The punter will be standing inside the 15, about the 12. Punter for the Phantoms.
He's a big fella.
Is that Atticus Park?
Yeah.
Their linebacker?
The linebacker.
I think it is, 52. A little bit of a different punt formation here. And Park will kick it high. Pretty good punt. And it's going to bounce. They let it bounce. It's going to take a Phantom bounce.
Yeah.
And it's going to bounce about an extra 9 or 10 yards down to the 26.
Well, if you're a Centennial fan, that's just what you want. You almost flip the field. So Great job. Got a nice roll out of it. But if you're a Snow Canyon Warrior fan, you 3 and out's exactly what you ordered at halftime. So great job by the defense.
It's a net punt of almost 50 yards, 49 yards, probably about 9 yards of bounce and 40 yards of carry.
Yeah.
And that's into the wind
Yeah.
from your linebacker.
Yeah. And it was a nice, perfect spiral, too. I can see why he's the punter now.
So here comes senior quarterback Joe Mack Smith again. Pretty good first half, 176 yards. Had a 43 and a 57-yard completion, and didn't turn the ball over. He came into this game with 5 touchdown passes but 4 interceptions, so that's a big thing, that he was really clean with the football, and he completes a nice swing pass, and that'll be a gain of about 4 out to the 30.
You know, we've seen Snow Canyon run that a few times tonight. They flood the wide side of the field and just get the ball out in the flat and let the running back just try to pick up what he can, and they get up 4 positive yards.
Dominic.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say Dominic Johnson called his name a lot running the ball, but he was in on that first guy to make that tackle from his outside linebacker position. Watch 13 Greer, 3-man front here. He has been very, very hard to block tonight. And there's Greer into Max Reynolds, sheds the block and fills the hole and makes the stop.
It's like you knew what was coming, Deb, before it happened, and you said it right. He just shed the block like it wasn't even there. He just chucked number 77 for Snow Canyon, the left tackle, like he wasn't even there. Well, this is really dangerous territory here. Now you get Greer on the edge where he can get that pass rush speed going upfield.
Out of the shotgun. They'll go empty there with motion. Smith looking to throw, fires a bullet, and it's low, and it's caught or his skip off the turf.
I think it got the
incomplete.
turf.
Incomplete. Yeah, they're going to rule that incomplete.
Boy, it was a tight fit in there, Dev, but Smith did the best he could, but unfortunately that was Karsten Stewart who couldn't quite come up with that.
We'll look behind the scenes at everything going on. And that's going to be 4th down, and the punt unit is going to have to come onto the field. And right now the Warriors trying to get that offense rolling like it was in some of those big plays in the first half, but couldn't do it on their opening drive here in the 3rd quarter. The ball is dropped by the punter. He hurries it. It's a low kick. It's going to take a pretty nice bounce, though. Finally, he's going to go out of bounds about the 40-yard line, and Cathedral have pretty decent field position here.
Yeah, another tough break for Snow Canyon. They're very fortunate that ball was on the ground again on that punt. That's twice now tonight. They're going to have to clean that up a little bit.
So 9:33 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Looks like we got some laundry on the field too, Dev. I don't know if that's against Cathedral or Snow Canyon.
So we'll check the penalty.
It's a hold against Cathedral, it looks like.
And CC getting us back online there. We were trying to give you a little behind-the-scenes look at everything our producer Connor Collins is looking at, and it backfired on us, didn't it, CC? But yeah, CC working hard tonight. I got all the different things going on. And
he's like a magician behind the keyboard. He's just flipping things here and there and everywhere. And
well, that's why CC produces the morning show and co-hosts the show with me on the Fan Sports Network, weekday morning, 7 to 9 a.m. Give us a listen. Mondays are busy. We're going to have a recap of that. I knew there was something I forgot. We were going to talk about the Utah Tech game tomorrow against Montana State.
We
in the
missed
half,
that
and I forgot. I teased that and then spaced it. Maybe we'll get that in a break. A nice little swing pass and breaking a tackle and then taking a big hit. That was a nice job coming up by Max Reynolds to ultimately making that tackle on. That is Robinson again.
Yeah,
or Johnson, Dominic Johnson again.
Johnson just ran over one of the Snow Canyon defender, number 50 there, as he got the swing pass there. Just said, hey, come and tackle this, as he knocked him to the ground.
Hank West, though, just a junior, is drawing praise. He's been playing a lot on both sides of the ball. They really like his effort. The dealer collision big hit, and he was on the wrong end of that one.
Yeah.
And it'll be 2nd down and short, 2nd down and 3. Jefferson's going to run a design quarterback draw play. He's going to take it to the outside, and a nice open field tackle by Urias, and that's going to be shy of a first down. It's going to be a third down.
Well, it looks like we got a flag down, too, in the backfield. I don't know if it's a procedure penalty or what, Dev.
Usually that's thrown in the vicinity of a hold, but I could be wrong. Yeah, we've had some spurts where there's been a lot of flags. I wouldn't call this a flag fest by any means, but there's been, some mistakes made and some flags called on both. The penalties have been fairly even. The one glaring mistake from Snow Canyon has been that neutral zone offsides infraction.
Oh, it's an illegal shift, it looks like.
Might have had two guys moving at the same time. And that'll back up the Phantoms. So, with 8:42 left here in the third quarter, still 25-14. That was our halftime score. Both teams have touched the ball here. Cathedral went 3 and out. Snow Canyon got one first down on their first possession before having to punt. And now the Phantoms getting their second drive here in the second half with that 11-point lead. I think both these coaching staffs have made some adjustments defensively. Haven't seen especially the secondary, haven't seen as many shots taken. I think adjusting. Now maybe we're going to see one here. Now he's going to go out route, and it's caught. And a nice job there by Jaden Jefferson, putting that right on the money. That's Brian Prince. He's been active tonight, had that 2-point conversion catch.
But you just see the pinpoint accuracy on the throw. He rolls to the right, able to hit him right in stride, right on the numbers. And that's a nice play design, too, because they run the other receiver deep, and he can come in underneath him and get a nice open lane.
They're going to run an RPO up the middle. This is Duke Jr. and DeAndre Duke Jr. 5'10", 180 pounds. Going to take it straight ahead, and that'll be a fabulous Freddy's first down.
Yeah, that was just a great job by the left side of the line. They pretty much obliterated the Snow Canyon defender on that side and just created a huge hole for him to run through.
Phantom's going to go here. 4 receivers set. Sidecar to the left is Dukes. They're going to throw it quickly. Hitch route caught by Hales and tackled immediately by Urias. Tonight's game brought to you by Intermountain Sports Performance. There is no off season. If you got kids and you're looking to increase their vertical, their 40 time, you can get sport-specific training. Doesn't matter if they're football players, volleyball players, soccer players, golfers at Intermountain Sport Performance. Locations 2 in St. George and all the way up to Park City, another location in Logan. Appreciate Intermountain Sports Performance. There is no off season. Play action, gonna throw, dancing around, gonna roll to the right now, tuck and run and get out of bounds, and a pretty good heads up play there to just get a little something by Jaden Jefferson.
Yeah, just good awareness by Jefferson. He fake pumps like he's gonna throw the ball. He gets the Snow Canyon defender in the air. Then he just bounces to the outside to pick up positive yardage, bringing up a 3rd and short for the first down.
1 sack on Jefferson tonight?
Yeah, the strip sack.
That's it. Watch the left tackle here, Keith. Just mauls the defensive end for the Warriors. There's a pancake block.
We've seen a few of those tonight.
Well, CC is a former offensive lineman, so I've got CC in my headset telling me watch the left tackle, so I had a little help on that one.
Oh, my goodness. They jumped off sides again.
West into the neutral zone. NFL you can get back as long as they don't snap it. High school, once you go into that neutral zone, and it's a 5-yarder.
Done deal.
Yeah.
Should have known CC was picking out those big blocks, tipping you off there, Dev.
Connor Collins, our producer tonight, 6'8", played with 3 different universities, including here for the hometown Trailblazers. Again, tomorrow night, right here live on the Fan Sports Network. Tailgate starts at 6, brought to you by the City of St. George Chamber of Commerce. We'll be on the air at 7. Kate and I will have the first half-hour pregame. Then we'll get it over to Rod Zundel and Max Christensen. Kickoff at 8 o'clock, and it's a touchdown wide open and a feathery, soft, high-arcing pass for the score. And a beautiful, beautiful throw again by Jaden Jefferson finding Brian Prince. This one goes for a 28-yard completion.
Devin, just beautiful execution on the play. They fake a wide receiver screen to the wide side. Nobody goes with Prince, and he just rambles right up the sideline. Nobody there can almost walk in. That was a perfectly thrown ball, too, on the outside shoulder.
And now the Phantoms have opened it up a little bit here. Largest lead of the game. It's 17 points, and they can try to tack on the bestfriends.org extra point, and it's up and it's good. We'll take a 30-second timeout. When we come back, see if the Warriors can rally down 32-14 on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Back, everybody, here to Snow Canyon High School. Devin Dixon, Keith Curtis here in our Boulevard Home broadcast booth for our game of the week tonight. California versus Utah. Right now, Phantom starting to pull away a little bit. This might be the most important drive of the night for the Snow Canyon offense.
Yeah, absolutely, Dev. They got to get something positive going. The last few drives, they just haven't been able to do it.
Kickoff into the wind, although the wind has died down a little bit. Still big foot there. And big time touchback again. Aside from that 99-yard kickoff return by Carrera and then the Brooks punt return, we haven't seen a lot of returns even available because these kickers have been doing a pretty good job with the touchbacks.
Yeah, both sides. Snow Canyon's got a good kicker, and Cathedral obviously does. He's been putting them 7 to 10 yards deep into the end zone.
Deegan Davies just throws another interception, so Cedar right now looking pretty good. Pulling away from Canyon View. 26-7 after Cedar punches it in, but cannot get the extra point. That's that battle up there in Cedar City, Utah. A double pass, and Cale Johnson has it knocked away. It's a fumble, and it's recovered by the Phantoms.
That's our guy again, Devin, number 13.
Greer.
We've called his name multiple times. Watch him coming around the right corner. He tried to do the double pass, and there he goes, poking it out.
Jeremiah Greer knocked that free, and the Phantoms have jumped on top of it. And I always love a little trickeration. That time, Cale Johnson, though, by not throwing it immediately, I don't think it was probably pretty good coverage. He didn't want to force it. He's not a quarterback. Nobody was wide open. And then that just extra pause allowed Greer to give him enough time to get that fumble knocked it out.
He's just got to take off and go. And unfortunately, he held it that extra half second, and Greer got there. And man, he is so explosive, too, coming off that side.
You know, I kind of like that, though, trying to make something happen. It just backfired on Snow Canyon. Now Jefferson up the middle. Kelly with the tackle. Kalen Kelly. And pretty good run down to the Red Rock Real Estate red zone right at the 20-yard line. Pickup of just 3.
Yeah,
called Kelly's name a lot tonight.
We have. He's done a really nice job. Been solid on the tackling tonight. Cathedral was going for the juggernaut there. They were trying to get into the end zone after that turnover. Great job of coverage by the Warrior defense, and so they held him to minimal gain there.
Hurricane has scored again. They are just laying it on Hillcrest 56-7. Another Rink Region 9 update for you. And here's the pass by Jefferson, and it's going to be incomplete. Trying to go to the outside there.
Boy, that one's just a little high that time, and that was to his favorite young target out there, number 5 for Cathedral. That was Glenn. Oh, it's not Carrera. It was
Prince.
Prince, yeah, sorry. And he almost came up with it one-handed.
32-14. Cathedral leading Snow Canyon here with 5.5 left on the Nets on Fire clock. Third quarter action. Third down and about 8. 3rd and 8. Right at the 20-yard line of the Warriors. Out of the shotgun. Looking to throw. Completes it to the outside to the running back. And nice little tackle there by Max Reynolds, taking down Dominic Johnson almost immediately. And it's going to be a short gain of about 4, maybe 5, but it'll be 4th down and 4 for the Phantoms.
That was just a great tackle. I mean, he tried to cut back on him, and he just squared up on him right as he caught the ball. Nicely done.
5 minutes exactly and ticking and taking some time here. The offense looks like it's going to go for it. 4th and 4. The Warriors want to have any chance to come back. They probably got to have a turnover on downs here. If Cathedral wants to go knockout punch throw in the end zone, it could be lights out if they can get this conversion and the touchdown. See what they decide to do. Straight drop back. It's going to be into the end zone on a corner route, and he's overshot him just a little bit. It was trying to get it to Carrera. And that's a turnover on downs, and Snow Canyon has some life.
They do. They got a little bit of life here, Devin. And that was actually pretty good coverage. Carrera did have a step on the defensive back there, but just couldn't quite fit it into the corner of the end zone.
Yeah, got to give a little shout out to Miles Randolph there, the sophomore, because he made him have to throw a perfect ball there.
Yeah.
It would have had to been feathery, high, and soft for him to complete that one. So here comes the Warriors offense back on, and they need to get a little something going. Haven't scored here in the second half. Both touchdowns have been passes from Joe Mack Smith. The first one to Johnson, Cale Johnson, and then the second one to Trayvon. They'll go jet sweep action and hand it to the receiver in motion, and nothing doing there. Number 2, that is Antonio Walton coming up and helping make that stick.
Boy, he came up from the safety spot. Just flew up there on that fly sweep action and into the short side of the field too. So, bottled everything up. Just a great defensive play for no gain.
3 receivers set. Shotgun formation for the Warriors senior quarterback. Joe Mack has it, sets the feet, lets it fly, and nobody home there. I don't know if that was somebody broke off a route or he was just living to fight another down. There was some pressure coming in his face.
Yeah, they brought a linebacker right through the guard tackle gap, took a shot as he got rid of it. Almost looked like there was miscommunication on the route there, but
I think he was just living to fight another down. I think that blitz was going to get to him. And now 3rd and 10 for the Warriors. This Phantom defense has started to stiffen as this game has worn on.
They really have. Just impressed by their speed as they blitz from their spots.
Out of the gun, looking to throw over the middle. Actually, outside the numbers, sorry. The route over the middle he doesn't go to. He goes outside and nobody home and sent complete. And punt unit going to have to come on again for Snow Canyon.
Dev, I think what they got to adjust to, they got to run more plays to the middle. The middle of the field is open. They're playing those safeties closer to the boundary side. They got to get something up the middle. That would be my, I'm not a coach, but that's where the wide part of the field is. They got to take advantage of it.
Yeah, and the Phantoms have done a good job of containing, those big plays seem like a thing of the past, don't they, for Snow Canyon? It's been tough sledding here in half number 2, and we're down to under 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. And a punt unit on another iffy snap, but it's handled, and the kick is going to take a favorable Snow Canyon roll down to about the 43-yard line, and it'll be down there. You got to give, he's been busy back there, Kevin Lopez, the senior punter, and he's had some iffy snaps he's had to handle, and so far so good. Hasn't, muffed one or anything.
He should be on the good hands team, He's been able to dig a couple out of the turf, and then that one was a low one as well, so done a nice job keeping his cool under the pressure.
32-14, though, and Snow Canyon's defense has to come right back out onto the field, and here comes Jaden Jefferson, who has had a big, big night. Got to be north of about 230 passing and rushing yards at least to this point. He had 156 passing in the first half.
Yeah.
He's probably had a few more. Somebody moved early. Carrera took off. Kind of put his hands on his helmet. And that'll be a 5-yard procedure penalty. False start on the Phantoms.
Trying to think who Jefferson reminds me of as a quarterback. I don't know if you remember the guy that played at the Utes, for the Utes now with Philadelphia, the return guy.
Britton Covey?
Yeah.
Went to Timpview High School.
He was at Timpview. That's who Jefferson reminds me of. He's
shifty.
Shifty, could move, could run, throw. Very impressive with what he can do out there.
It's kind of cool. Last night, I don't know if you watched the SUU-Utah game, but Alex Smith being honored and Cam Rising 5 first half touchdowns. Utah looks legit this year, folks.
They do.
They were picked to win the Big 12 by the media, and there's a great penetration and a tackle there. Guess who? Kalen Kelly.
Yeah.
This kid's coming into his own, having a heck of a night.
We've probably called his name at least a half dozen times tonight.
That's a Dealer Collision big hit, brought to you by Dealer Collision Center in St. George.
I thought it was cool that you mentioned last night's ceremony. You could tell how it affected Alex, too. Alex Smith, when he got teared up and, could thank the fans and see.
Have you watched Project 11?
Yeah.
He's been through a lot.
Oh, my gosh. That leg injury was, oh, my gosh. Unbelievable.
Just the fact that he came back and returned to play after almost losing his leg, having it amputated, and he was the #1 pick.
Yeah.
Only Utah U player, and there's a sack, and down goes Jefferson. Kelly and Reynolds and Esplin were all.
Yeah, they brought.
And he kind of just went down there to. He knew he was dead to rights, and so he just kind of dove and got a yard back.
Yeah, they had 3 Snow Canyon Warriors.
Who do you
right
give
there.
that sack to? Who touched him first, I guess?
Yeah, I guess whoever got there. But all 3 of them were right there. Esplin was there. Great pressure.
Well, Jamie Kryling, who is the longtime statistician for Snow Canyon. Good luck on that one, Jamie. So, this is the longest third down of the night for Cathedral. 3rd and 27. It looks like they're trying to set up a screen in the middle, and they do. It's caught. He's got a little room. Here comes Carrera, 45-50. Down to the 35, 25. One guy can get him. He won't. Carrera is going to take it in for the touchdown on a middle receiver screen. How about that? That's a 70-plus yard play.
Man, Devin, when it happened, I was like, that guy better get to him, and he wasn't able to. He's got such good speed. What a play call. Great play call. Right time, right place, right player. Just unbelievable.
76 yards. It goes to the house on 3rd and 27.
My
wow.
Goodness. Well, that's definitely got to put Jefferson close to 300 yards on the night.
73 yards. 73 yards. I said 76.
My goodness.
73 yards officially. The touchdown to Carrera, the Best Friends extra point. Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab, Utah. Check it out. Take home your new best friend. bestfriends.org or go take a visit. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Cathedral pull it away here at Snow Canyon. They lead 39-14 on the Wilkinson scoreboard. Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Today's game is brought to you by Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, Sport Court, Scooters Coffee, and Holbrook Asphalt.
And we're back, everybody. Boulevard Home Game of the Week. Devin Dixon, Keith Curtis. How about this California team, Cathedral? Told you they were ranked 62nd in the entire state of California in the Max Preps rankings, and another touchback. That's been a common theme tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Snow Canyon in trouble. They got another out-of-state game next week because they have a bye. They'll be down in Vegas taking on Centennial. Centennial is in a dogfight right now. Do we have an update on that Desert Hills Centennial score? We'll have to check on that. it was 15 to 14,
yeah.
I think, at the half. So I'm sure Snow Canyon will get to work on that game film, and that'll give them a kind of a little common denominator. Pivy just threw a touchdown pass up the middle. They've got a 27-24 lead on the road at Tooele. That one's early fourth quarter, about 8.5 or 8:50 left to go. Again, all of our Region 9 updates from other games brought to you by The Rink, skatetherink.com. Plan your next birthday party. Saturday nights, kids show their ID and they get free skate rentals. And there's a nice little play out to the 30. And that'll be enough for a Fabulous Freddy's.
First down. Yeah, that was just a nice job that time by the running back. Was going left, planted and cut back, found a hole up the middle and got 10 yards.
Good news, the Holbrook Asphalt Big Score Dessert is in effect tonight. I know we only have Dixie, Snow Canyon, and Hurricane at home, but if you're listening on radio, you want to swing over, just say, hey, Big Score Dessert tonight. Buy one, get the second, equal or lesser value, absolutely free. There's a run, picking his way, and not much there. Trying to break a tackle, ended up taking a pretty big hit. Number 52, Atticus Park, the first to get to the ball carrier.
Yeah, Park that time, just nothing there.
That was
the lumber.
That was Loonsberry, Brody Loonsberry. I want to say I think his dad was a running back in the late 90s when they had a couple state championships under Bill Jacobson, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it's a nephew or something. I'm not sure on that, but I remember that name from those glory days for SC.
Okay.
Joe Mack scrambling to the left. He's trying to set his feet, throws it back against the grain, and it is incomplete. Was looking for Cale Johnson, or no. Was that Cale Johnson, the intended receiver? Let's take another look.
That was number 12 that time for Snow Canyon. That was Brody
Lounsbury.
Wow.
Yeah, either one. 2-12, they're incomplete.
You know, one of the things I think that's missing from this offense, Dev, is they don't have an outside guy. And I know we've talked about the receiver who got injured first play.
Archie, yeah.
And so they're just missing that one piece.
Well, they had that speed with Samaje last year, too.
Yeah.
He's going to run track in New Mexico. There's a completion out of the backfield, hitting. That's inside, I believe. Ryder Ince, the senior. And that's a pretty good pickup, and that's going to be enough, it looks like, for first down. And now there's an injured player.
I don't know if it's Ince or if it's a Cathedral player, but great job by Ince getting that additional yardage to get a first down.
It's the Cathedral corner, I think, on this near side. Or no, that's number 9. That's the tailback and the outside linebacker. And he's been busy, Dominic Johnson.
Yeah.
But he's up under his own power. Trainer's almost got to him before he starts walking off. He is a little ginger, though.
They were trying to. He's walking with the trainer. Looks like the coach is saying something to the umpire there about a block in the back or something.
I've been very impressed with Cathedral tonight, and yet I feel like there's some things Snow Canyon can build upon. They've had some big plays tonight. They've bent but not broke. They just haven't been able to consistently execute. You know, down Archie, down Castro tonight. They're as healthy as a lot of teams. There's some teams getting pretty banged up around region, including Dixie. They're without 4 or 5 starters tonight, and they lost. It's now final 42-0 Park City.
Gosh.
Now, Park City is the number 2 team in 4A in the state of Utah. And a lot of people think this could be their year, although I think Ridgeline is probably the favorite at this point in time.
Well, it's going to be interesting as it plays out here. We got some pretty good teams up the top there.
Good run by Loonsberry. Loonsberry going to push and push. He's still fighting for yardage into Phantom territory.
Yeah,
down to the 44.
Great job. He just kept those legs churning. And they couldn't be denied, and he picked up 5, 6, 7 more yards after initial contact, so great job.
There's a glimpse into the sophomores, talented sophomores run there. A little glimpse at the future.
Yeah.
But the future kind of now with the Warriors down big, giving Max a break, giving Esplin a little bit of a break. They put Ryder Ince at tailback. Now you're seeing Loonsberry at tailback. Some fresh legs there with this one being 39-14. Snow Canyon trailing. There's 7 seconds left here in the third quarter. And a timeout has been taken.
Yeah, it looks like Cathedral's coach called the timeout. He could kind of sense the
missed tackles, maybe. Kind of, hey, guys, like, we got to finish.
A little bit, yep.
They've built a nice lead, and Snow Canyon You know, if you can score here, there's still a little bit of hope going to the fourth quarter. Or if you score quickly into the fourth quarter, you don't have to score in 7 seconds, but you need to score on this drive. And you could cut it down to 17 or 18 again, depending on if they went for 2 or not. And we'll see. We'll see. Obviously, starters still out there, although Loonsberry's got a little bit of a burst. I like that run.
Yeah.
1st and 10 Warriors from the 44. It's our Boulevard home game of the week. Again, we'll be selecting the Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game. See the playmakers in the appliance business. Shop local and save at AWP. Why pay more when you pay less? Don't go to the box stores. Go to the local guys. We'll do that in the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry postgame show. Throw over the middle, incomplete. Cale Johnson got his left hand on it, but that was just a little wide on that curl route.
Yeah.
Take another look.
Smith just went to the outside, and Cale went inside, and the ball was thrown behind him. He was open if he could have got the ball in there. And again, that's that soft spot of the field, Dev, where it's open. I'd like to see him try to take advantage of a little more.
We'll also pick a Jersey Mike sub above the rest. Player of the game. Well, sub of the game, I should say. Uh-oh, fumble. Running back there. Lounsbury goes down and gets it.
Boy, Dev,
that'll do it for the third quarter. Save your thought. We're going to take a break. We'll come back. Fourth quarter, Cathedral leading 39-14 over the Warriors here on the Fan Sports Network.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find the one thing that could make all the difference. A helpful face? Now that's something to consider. Everything your local Bucks A stands for is written on our faces. Welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. When you're in need of a helpful face, visit one of our 3 Southern Utah locations.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
Back live here at Snow Canyon High School. Warriors trying to make things interesting here if they can score quickly, down 39-14. 3rd down and 11, though. Got to move the chains here, although it's in Phantom territory and presumably 4-down territory. They'll go empty. Joe Mack looking to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Waiting. Stand behind the line of scrimmage. Fire it downfield. It's caught. Urias with a huge catch down into the Red Rock Real Estate red zone. Alex Urias, the junior.
Great job by Joe Mack, just keeping his head up, finding Urias down the middle of the field. Again, that soft spot in the zone, Devin's there, and they were able to connect for a big gainer.
There is a flag down, and it's well past the line of scrimmage. Uh-oh. Oh, it's a defensive. I thought for a second they were going to call this one back, and it will go against the defense. So Snow Canyon will set up shop with great field position here. Trying to score for the first time in half number 2.
Yeah, they're inside the red zone now on the 14. This is where they might need to get a little creative getting it in the end zone.
Remember, it was 15-14. And now another shot at that great catch there by Urias. And they'll run it. They'll fake it. And Urias will catch it out of the little swing pass almost. Look, that's a good fake by, it fooled me, a great fake by Joseph Smith.
Yeah, great job. They are able to pull it out off of the dive guy, hit Urias, and he picks up, 5 to 7 yards.
And you could see the defense was fooled initially too. They were starting to collapse there on that great play fake by the QB1. Trips formation. Carson Stewart, Cale Johnson, Urias, all in a trips formation. JT Westbrook, single receiver. Joe Mack out of the gun. He's got Lounsbury in the backfield. Going to throw. Looking. Has time now. Fires. It's batted. It's intercepted. And down in the end zone. It was tipped high and then picked up by number 14, Jamie Lawyer.
Yeah, Lawyer right there in the right place, right time. Of course, the safety came in, number 28, stepped in front of the Snow Canyon receiver to, knock that ball in the air, and just like that, that scoring drive has now been denied.
One more look here. Did 28 there for the Phantoms get a tip first? Was that Caden Brooks that maybe got one more look? Watch 28.
I think he did.
I think it was number 7 who got the initial.
Yeah, either way, great takeaway.
Oh, yeah.
That is the first turnover of the night by Snow Canyon, and that is the 5th interception of the season for Joe Mack. Bad snap. Jefferson's going to just try to improv here. He's going to take off to the outside, go back to the inside, give himself up.
Well, just an incredible job just to get the handle on that snap, Dev. That could have been disastrous for Cathedral, but Jefferson was able to get it down and pick up at least a positive yard, make something out of nothing.
So they'll end up getting a yard gain after all that. And that's all Jefferson's legs and scramble ability just to get that 1-yard pickup. 10:58 to go. Clock is ticking. They'll stay on the ground with a little scissor action, and they'll run it off right tackle.
Yeah, Dev, I like that action. They fake the fly sweep and then run the counter on the backside. That's just trying to get the defense to, flow opposite of where the play's really going. Picked up a few yards, so 3rd and 6 coming up.
Yep, ball will be just outside the 22. Take another look on the Holbrook Asphalt replay. That's Kalen Kelly again with the tackle. He's got to be up there 7, 8, 9 tackles tonight. He get 3 in the first half. I think he's got at least 3 or 4 more in the second half. Jefferson's going to throw. 3rd and 7. It's caught. Oh, baby, what a little laser on a clothesline. And it's caught by Quentin Hale.
Well, that was a fastball, Devin, right down the middle. He put some heat on that thing, fitted in between 3 Snow Canyon defenders. What a great throw.
New set of downs for the Phantoms.
Just going to say that'll move the chains and keep the clock rolling.
And you love it when you need to feather it, and you love it when you need to put some velocity on it, and Jefferson can do both.
Yeah. He's been very, very proficient tonight.
Cathedral fans got to be excited. They're going to have him for 3 years.
Yeah.
This year is just a sophomore year. Run up the middle to Dukes Jr., and Jr.'s going to take it out to the 34.
Yeah, they just pick a little hole between the guard and the tackle there on the left side, and doesn't take much to get a crease, and he gets 7 yards.
Well, I'd say one thing. If Cathedral continues to go on to win this game like it looks like they're going to do, that bus ride back to LA is going to be a little bit quicker.
Makes it a lot easier going home.
Yep. 2nd down. This is the down and distance you love here. 2nd down and 3.
Yeah, you can get really creative here. You could take a home run shot or whatever you want.
They're going to throw. Taking a shot. 1-on-1, and it is just a foot out in front of Carrera.
Well, we called it. We thought they might take a chance, and Carrera, he's had a big night just outside of his outstretched hands there. Didn't miss by much.
I mean, 2nd 3, you said it, Keith. You can get creative, and that's a good down and distance to go ahead and take the shot down the field. They'll put running back to the sidecar left of Jefferson. 4 receivers, twins to either side. They'll put one in motion. They're going to flip it to him on a run. He's going to cut back. He's got to get the 40, and he's going to be just shy of the 40. And it's going to be short of a first down by a good 2 yards.
Yeah, that was a nice tackle that time.
It really was.
Again, that's our guy, number 31, Kalen Kelly, coming up making another solid tackle.
Of course, his older brother, got to see him win a state championship in his senior year with the baseball team, was the quarterback of the football team. Going to stay local here for Utah Tech, play for Coach Chris Fatenauer, the baseball coach at the university, and
They love his arm. Velo up in the 90s. You know, he was
Yeah.
touching 92, 93 when he was throwing that fastball. And I think he's probably going to be able to pick up a couple more miles per hour by the time he gets into his freshman season this spring.
Yeah, they'll work with him, tweak it a little bit, and put a little more velocity on that thing. He'll be tough to hit.
But it kind of been a show-out party night for Kalen Kelly. I think that maybe his best performance of his young career. Just an underclassman still for Coach Mike Esplin. It's going to be a pooch punt by Jefferson, and it's going to be perfectly executed if it stops, and it will. It's going to stop at the 5. That is absolutely unbelievably perfect.
Wow, you couldn't draw it up any better. And that got a nice little roll, and then it's like your 9-iron, Dev, just stops on the green at the 5.
50, what is it, a 55-yard punt about from the 40 down to the 5?
Yeah, and he got 20 yards on the roll, so he timed it just perfect.
And nobody's back deep there. That was, hey, you love that.
Yeah.
You love that. You see that a lot at the college level. You don't see it in the NFL ever, but for a team to have that in the bag, you never know when that's going to be the difference between maybe winning or losing a close game when they get into their conference play down in Southern Cal.
Well, you know they'll end up having to use that a time or two when they get down there, you know, in their league play and whatnot.
You know, starting quarterback, Joe Mack Smith, back out there. You kind of wonder when his night will be done, and you know. But right now inside the 5, you're gonna roll him out there and let him have a little fun and try to get something going. And there's a high tackle.
Oh my gosh!
And he gets taken down. That is Lounsbury.
Yeah, but that's our guy, number 13, coming off the edge. Watch as he comes downfield, Devin. Lounsbury just almost takes his head off.
Yeah, I mean, man, college scouts watch this film and they're gonna start liking what they see, and offers are going to come in. Greer is a junior, so he's still just a junior. We were told that only 2 guys have committed to SUU's been scouting this team. They got a couple commits on the cornerback position. Quick pass caught by JT. JT's going to cut back, weave his way. They say he stepped out.
Oh, I don't think he did. Man, that was – CC, what do we got there? I need you to make a call. That looked like he was inbound still.
We're kind of blocked by the bench right here with this hit. Yeah, that right foot might have got chalk. And the official's right on the line.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
It was still a good little pickup there, and enough for a Fabulous Freddy's first down.
Well, it gets him out of behind the end zone there, but, man, that was close.
Yeah, I think he did just that. I don't know what size shoe he is, but maybe the size 11's one size too much. They'll run it. Moonsbury, nice little carry out to the 27.
They might have found some, too, with Moonsbury, too, running the ball. He's had a nice, solid second half. Runs hard. He's picked up real nice positive yardage.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, just a sophomore, but absorbs some contact. You know, it's hard to get down on first hits. He does get some yak yards. He did have some carries coming into tonight, so it's not like we haven't seen him at all, but I think he had, one carry maybe last week or something. That was it. So he's kind of working his way into the rotation, and he's getting most of the second half carries, at least all the fourth quarter carries, and a little bit late in the third, and he takes a shot there.
Boy, that was number 7 who came in from the linebacker spot that time for Cathedral, and he laid the lumber. That was a big hit right there.
It is a final Hurricane. Jerry Cowan, new coach over there. They've won 56-14. That's a final. We know Dixie Falls tonight. They get shut out. That's 2 shutouts in a row.
Yeah, I'm not used to seeing that from a Dixie.
The last 2 weeks for the Flyers, 58-0, 42-0, 100-0 in 2 games for Blaine Munkers and Rick Barry, 2 incredible coaches. That is a little bit of a surprise to say the least. Crossing route there, low and incomplete. Urias was the intended receiver.
It's not something we're used to seeing, Dev, from Coach Barry, like you mentioned. Yeah, that's...
Cedar still leading 26-7. Now 33-7.
Oh, wow.
Cedar is going to win tonight at Canyon View.
Well, we know where the axe is going.
The pickaxe is back at Cedar High. Still about 4 minutes left in that game, but it looks like Cedar going to win up 33-7.
Snow Canyon trying here to convert on 3rd down and 1. Just 6:15 left to go. They're down 39-14. There's a crossing route caught. First down and more. Cale Johnson, just his second catch of the night. The first one went for a long touchdown, a 43-yarder. That was back in the first quarter.
Yeah, and this one's just a nice 15-yard pickup. Again, it's in the middle, towards the middle of the field, where that soft spot is that Cathedral plays that zone, and it's a good throw and catch there for a first down.
Cale Johnson making a play for his quarterback who put it right on his hands. Nice little delivery. Joe Mack probably going to have a career high in passing yards tonight. I don't have the final stats yet. We'll get those from the sideline here on the postgame show. That one's incomplete.
Boy, that was a nice little 10-yard curl route that time, and hit him, just tried to run before he caught it.
One more look. Holbrook Asphalt bringing you our replays here on our live stream. And for a radio audience, that was just a little bit of a drop there. Not precise with the throw, but they say if you touch it, you can catch it.
You got to catch it. That's right.
Yeah.
Spit on those gloves.
5:43 to go. Another throw outside. This one's caught by Ince. Ryder Ince going to be tackled in Phantom territory at the 47.
It's a nice pickup, 5 yards there, little out route. Good tackle that time by the Cathedral defender to not let him get any more yards upfield.
Tonight's game brought to you by Honolulu Grill. I could go for some Honolulu Grill right now. They're Kahlua pork, double mac, sauce on the white rice. Stop by 7 South, 7th East. It's all good at Honolulu Grill. Throw over the middle and another catch, and Cale Johnson got a little room to roam, and he's going to be taken down at the 25 of Cathedral. And on 3rd and 5, Warriors get a big play for a fabulous Freddy's
first down. Yeah, they just do a quick hitter right over the middle where that soft spot is again, and they probably should have taken advantage of that middle of the field a little earlier, but they're doing a nice job right now picking up big yardage.
I do like the play calling from Tim Nowatzki tonight, and I like the accuracy. I think, really starting to get a little bit more accurate than the first week for sure that you were here, right, Keith? Joe Mack Smith?
Yeah, he's been a lot more accurate tonight than he was week one. Week one, it was his very first start. He hadn't got much varsity time, and so you could tell the adrenaline was flowing a little bit, but you're starting to see a little more calmer, a little more.
And he's got weapons. Stewart, Johnson, Westbrook,
Yeah.
Esplin. Urias getting a lot of run in this one. Trayvon, who has not been out there much at all on offense in the second half because he got nicked up a little bit.
Yeah.
Probably won't see him, obviously, the rest of the way with this one in hand. Looking, and over the middle, and maybe deflected, and then off of Cale Johnson's hands, who puts his hands on the face mask like, oh, man, I should have had it.
Well, Smith threw the, on a dart, threaded the needle right there, trying to hit Caleb there. But
and I don't think it was deflected by Atticus Park. I think he just maybe got into the lane a little bit and distracted Johnson. And Johnson, that's why you saw the expression, thinking I should have had that one.
Kind of affected the peripheral there. But a nice throw, by Smith. He put it on a line, had it at the right place.
3rd and 10 from the 25 of the Cathedral. Warriors down 39-14. Time winding down here in the fourth quarter. Throw over the middle, high and incomplete. And Johnson was open. He did have a little bit of room, but that one was too high.
Yeah, he was open, like you said, Dev, just high. And that's one of the things you can tell from Smith. He hasn't had a lot of reps, and so when he misses high. And I saw that in the first game, too, and that got him in a little bit of trouble against Stansbury.
Again, coming up, Johnson Pediatric Dentistry postgame show. We'll get you some final stats, some thoughts, some awards, put a bow on this. And then on the radio side, we'll have the Region 9 wrap-up show brought to you by Findlay Subaru, Honolulu Grill, Down East Outlet, Bucks Ace Hardware. That'll all be coming up. 3:49 to go. And we got a timeout. And we'll take a 30-second timeout. Be back for the finish here. Cathedral up 39-14 on the Wilkinson scoreboard.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in Southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
Today's game is brought to you by Appliance Wholesalers Plus, Bucks Ace Hardware, Dealer Collision, and Findlay Subaru.
Back here at Snow Canyon High School. Thanks for hanging out with us. Devin Dixon, Keith Curtis, and fourth down Warriors. Joe Mack stepping up, looking to throw, nothing. They're going to run. Got to get down inside the 15, and he does. That's going to be a fourth down quarterback scramble conversion. Enough for a Fabulous Freddy's first down. And Snow Canyon can maybe get some more points on the board, even though they're not going to win this game. You like the execution on one of those money downs.
Yeah, I like that. Devin picks up the first down, and he avoids a big hit. So that's smart play by Smith on the run there.
Again, I've been impressed with Joe Mack tonight. The decision-making, just the one turnover, and it was tipped. It was kind of a deflected ball that was intercepted in the end zone. Looking to throw, sticking in that pocket, dumps it out to Johnson. Cale Johnson down to the 6. And again, a flag late.
Might be a face mask as they went to make the tackle there, Dev.
Threw it outside to the numbers. Take another look. Was it helmet to helmet there? Looked like maybe lowered the helmet. And it's going to be a helmet to helmet. Yeah, just trying to take that head out of play at the high school level. I don't think it was anything malicious or intentional, but when you hit helmet to helmet, they're going to flag you for it. That'll be half the distance. And it'll be now first and goal from down at the 3 for the Warriors.
You know, Dev, I think it's been Centennial's done a great job. They've got this big lead, but you don't see them being demonstrative or trying to,
No, I think they're a well-disciplined team. I think they're well-coached.
Yeah, I think it really shows.
Out of the gun, running to Loonsberry. Loonsberry into the end zone, touchdown Warriors. 3-yard touchdown tote for the sophomore.
That'll be one they'll remember.
There is no flags on the field, and touchdown Warriors. It will stand, and fans loving a late score here for the Warriors. Something to build upon as they'll play Centennial next week because they don't start region play for another week. They got that bye week, but deciding to play, they'll go to Vegas. By the way, Desert Hills is leading Centennial down in Vegas 36-32 right now.
Nice.
About 4 or 5 minutes left in that one.
Be nice if they could hang on to that victory.
So that'll be Snow Canyon's next opponent. Will Centennial be a comeback win over the Thunder, or will the Thunder hold on and win that game? Desert Hills looking for their first win of the season. Keep an eye on that one. Hopefully we'll have a final score for you in the Region 9 wrap-up show with Paul Ratliff after this one's done. They'll go for 2. Carson Stewart, too tall, incomplete. Going in that corner of the end zone. That was well defended over there. And we'll take a 30-second timeout, come back. 39-20, Cathedral has the lead here late fourth quarter. Just 2:46 left on the clock.
Welcome to the Back Nine. We bring the world's best courses to you. Elevate your game at any time with 24/7 access to top-tier golf technology and expert PGA instructors available. Back Nine Golf is a place to improve your swing for all ages. Join us today.
At Intermountain Sports Performance, we've been training athletes for over 20 years, and we guarantee your athlete will improve speed, agility, explosive power, and reduce the risk of injury while working with the most qualified and experienced team in Southern Utah. Find us on Instagram at sportsperformance_IA.
Today's game is brought to you by Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, Sport Court, Scooters Coffee, and Holbrook Asphalt.
So off the touchdown run from the young sophomore. And the onside kick it, and it's got a chance as it hit a couple of Phantoms, and I think the Phantoms got back on it. They're pointing they have the football. We'll wait for the pile to unstack.
Yeah, that was a great kick. I mean, it hit number 5, the receiver, right in the hands, and it bounced off of it.
But it took that quick high hop,
yeah,
which made it a tough catch for Hale.
They got a nice pop up, and that's hard to do as a kicker. I don't know if you've ever tried it, Dev. It's harder than it looks. You almost got to get a roll and then a pop after it, and almost came up with a big turnover there.
I do want to correct myself. I've been saying Lounsbury. It's wrong. I've been saying it wrong, haven't I?
You've been corrected.
It's Lounsbury?
Lounsbury,
and
yeah.
I've been saying Loonsbury, I believe, so
Yeah.
I apologize for that. Lounsbury on that last Snow Canyon touchdown. I want to get it right.
Yeah,
Wanna get it right.
We don't want the parents texting us saying.
Well, and I think his dad or uncle was a great. I said earlier, I think I remember one of those players on the Bill Jacobson teams that won a couple state championships in the late 90s. There's a run. They're just going to try to probably run the clock out at this point. That was Dominic Johnson. Corner Canyon is losing right now. The #1 team in the entire state. They just beat IMG Academy.
Yeah.
Lone Peak is beating Corner Canyon right now, 28-21. That's a notable score from around the state of Utah.
I saw on Max Prep's Corner Canyon was ranked 6th in the country.
Yeah. And there's a completion. And that is Prince. Brian Prince will take it inside the 40. Well, they're not just, 2-3 yards in a cloud of dust. They're still moving the chains and playing this clock. And when you drive all the way from California, you want to get ready for your conference schedule. It's just only game 2 for the Phantoms. It's game 3 for the Warriors. And that's stacked up and stymied at the 34-yard line. They'll get forward progress there, a gain of about 4.
Well, that was a good job that time by the wide receiver not to block the Snow Canyon guy in the back.
And a pretty good job by, I think it was Ryder Ince that kind of stacked that up, made him cut back to the middle where he had some help.
Yeah, absolutely. They always tell you, keep your outside shoulder available, and he did a great job stacking it up.
1:20 to go here at Snow Canyon High School. Cathedral up 39-20. And driving here from the 34. They'll snap it on second down. Looking to throw. Jaden Jefferson going to roll left. Now backtracks. Now he's going to look to run all the way across the field to the 30, down to the 25. And he is going to get all the way down into the Red Rock Real Estate red zone. A pretty good improv run again from QB1.
Devin, I'm just watching him. He goes right, or he goes left, then he goes right, then he cuts up the middle, then he gets up the side. I mean, he's just got electrifying speed.
The Chris Berman would have had some fun with that.
Yeah.
And the whoop, whoop, whoop.
You've been whooping all the way.
Yeah. I kind of miss Berman. He was one of a kind, wasn't he, doing
all the
NFL
nicknames?
stuff?
Yeah, I loved how he'd come up with the little nicknames to match the last name or whatever. Yeah, he's a good one.
Who was your favorite announcer listening to back in the day, Keith?
Oh.
Vince Scully, your guy?
No. It was okay. I liked Pat, the old kicker on CBS. Do you know what I'm talking about? Summerall. Pat
Summerall, yes. Throw into the end zone and just off the right fingertips of the intended receiver, incomplete.
And Dick Enberg. I grew up with those two, so I love to listen to Dick. Dick could do basketball games, baseball, football.
Howard Cosell was the guy that I went back and listened to a little bit. Had that distinct voice. I loved Brent Musburger doing college football.
Yeah, he was good.
You're looking live. 46 seconds to go. Cathedral still trying to punch another one onto the board tonight. Run by Johnson, can be taken down at the 10-yard line from the back. Clock will continue to tick.
Yeah, my
down
guess
to 33 seconds.
They'll just did a quick hitter up the middle. My guess is they'll run one more play, and this should be it.
And now we got a timeout. Timeout. And we will keep it right here to remind you. We can start talking about some of our awards. I mean, it's going to be tricky because They did not call a timeout. I think they're saying that's it. I think they were just walking off. I thought they called a timeout. I think that's it. Yeah, the clock is ticking all the way down. So that's going to do it. And I love that, right? Like, you've won the game.
Yeah, you don't need to tack on an extra score.
Yeah, I love that. You executed all the way down where you know you had a chance to score if you wanted to. And it's going to be a final of 39-20. And very, very impressive road victory, long bus trip up here to St. George, Utah for Cathedral out of California. And a game, hopefully, that will serve Coach Mike Esplin and the Warriors well. Even though they're dropping to 0-3, there's some talent on this football team, and they should be very competitive once region play rolls around.
Yeah, they absolutely do have some stars that are starting to emerge, and we're starting to see on defense as well as on offense, even though they come out on the short end tonight. But it's that Cathedral team. They've got size, they got speed, and they got a quarterback that can do it all.
Hey, invite you to stick around if you're checking out and been watching. Thanks for watching. If you get a chance, tell our local businessmen and women thank you for bringing you the coverage tonight. Couldn't do it without them. If you're going to stick around, though, we're going to do a quick Johnson Pediatric Dentist post-game show. We'll hand out some awards. We'll get you some final stats. And then we'll get you off into the radio recap show with Paul Rattler from the studio. So we'll take a break, and we'll be back, and we'll clean it all up. Just like Dr. Cody with your kids' dental needs. It's the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show coming up after this 60-second timeout.
Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab is open daily for free family fun. Take a tour, volunteer, hike a trail, or bring home a new best friend. Visit Best Friends today for magical memories that'll last forever.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Today's game is brought to you by Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, Sport Court, Scooters Coffee, and Holbrook Asphalt.
All right, everybody, we are back. For those of you staying with us on the live stream, thank you so much. We welcome you into the post-game show. Again, brought to you by Johnson Pediatric Dentistry. Dr. Cody and staff, great job. They got the new patient specialist, $99. Exam, x-rays, the teeth cleaning, one low price, $99. 2 St. George locations. Keith, man, oh man, very impressed again. We kind of said it and alluded to it all night. This is a good Cathedral team. And, talking with Mike Esplin early in the week, he said, boy, oh boy, we didn't know. We knew they were going to be athletes, L.A., good school, big, athletic kids. And I think overall, Mike's going to be pretty happy with this kid's effort tonight, execution, some sloppy jumps in the neutral zone. There's some things that obviously you want to clean up before region play. But overall, I think you played a good opponent. You did some nice things. You can build upon it. And Cathedral, mission accomplished. They came in here, got the win, and they can head back to California. And that bus ride will be a little bit quicker.
Yeah, it will be for them. And you're absolutely right. There are some positives you can pull out of this, Devin. Yeah, you didn't get the outcome you wanted on the scoreboard, but you're starting to get a feel for who you can play with and maneuver around. And you saw, the Kelly kid come up on defense with all kinds of tackles. And you're just seeing the pieces kind of morph together here, and that's what the preseason's for.
Yeah.
So they've done a good job, I think, of finding out who that can be. Now they're going to make the adjustments once they get through the one more non-region game, and then they'll be all forward ahead as they hit region.
Waiting for the final stats to come into us. Jamie down on the field, so he's sending them up to us, waiting for the email to come in so we can get you the final statistics. A lot of the coaches and the statisticians like to be field level nowadays, and they changed the program, so we didn't have live stats tonight, but that's okay. Appreciate it, and hopefully we'll be on the air for you. If not, we'll get you some stats in the post-game show on radio, but let's open up the awards even without the stats because we want to put a bow on this and give our guys back in the studio, Paul Rattler, some time to recap all the games tonight. All of them are going final or already have gone final for you. Devin Dixon, Keith Curtis, and let's start first with our player of the game. We call it the Findlay Subaru Star of the Game, Keith, and I think we might disagree a little bit on this, so we might have to go because tell everybody who you like.
Well, I like number 6. That's Carrera for Glenn Carrera.
And look, he was great. But
all-purpose yards, you throw those in. I mean, he was almost 200 yards tonight.
I know. And look, and I love Jaden Jefferson. We can make a really good case for the quarterback. He showed us some athletic ability, and I would lean there. But I just love the motor of Greer, Jeremiah Greer. And so let's go We'll share the love. We'll go Greer on defense, and we'll go offensively with your guy Carrera as our co-stars of the game, brought to you by Finley Subaru. Go see the all-star lineup. Shop them online. Finley Subaru, serving Southern Utah with the great lineup, the Outbacks, the Foresters, all the great cars there. Subaru winning awards. So many people love them. And go take a test drive today. Let's get to the play of the game. Play of the game.
Well, we had a few fireworks in that first half, Dev.
Yeah.
And so we have a lot we could choose from. But I think the one that kind of broke the back of Snow Canyon was that kickoff return by Greer. He fumbled it on the 1-yard line, picked it up, and then just saw daylight and didn't get touched.
You want to give Carrera all the awards
I know.
tonight.
I shouldn't, but, I mean, what other play are you going to go with?
Well, I mean, Snow Canyon's, I loved that Cale Johnson touchdown.
Yeah, that was a beauty, that first one.
I love the back-to-back touchdowns on the same play by Trayvon, but I think that long one, that first one, I just loved the fact that the composure from Joe Mack Smith. I think today you really saw him be more accurate, more composed. He had a few drops tonight. He had a few misfires, but I really liked what I saw. I think he's going to be a top 2 or 3 quarterback statistically this year.
Yeah.
And where we already give some of the star of the game to
I say
Cathedral.
we go with that one.
I want to go with that. It was a 43-yarder, if memory serves me, right down the middle. It was the first score of the game, and I think that was a spark of confidence for Joe Mack Smith.
Absolutely.
Came in tonight with 5 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and obviously did have the 1 interception tonight, but had a couple touchdown passes. So I would go with that as your play of the game. At that point, the game was still close.
Oh, yeah, it tied it up, and, one-score game. And
appreciate Appliance Wholesalers Plus, the playmakers in the appliance business. Go check them out across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart, GE, Samsung. They got those Pebble ice makers that everybody loves on the counter. My daughter loves that thing. I come home, and that thing's full of Pebble ice, and she's just munching on it. So go check that out. Need a washer, dryer, fridge, maybe a deep freezer for the garage. They got you covered at AWP. Why pay more when you pay less and shop local? The playmakers in the appliance industry. Our Jersey Mike sub of the game.
I got to go with Snow Canyon's running back.
Number 12?
Yeah. I think we mispronounced his name one too many times. So Lounsbury, that's what it was. Yeah.
Lounsbury. Yeah, I like this. I said it during the broadcast, a glimpse at the future.
Yeah.
But the future might be now. Well, you got Max Reynolds going both ways. You're trying to get him some breaks. You got Esplin and you got Ryder Ince and you got some of these other guys you can put in running back, but they're playing a lot of snaps. So if you can get him, he's strong for a sophomore.
Yeah.
And he broke some tackles tonight, so he is your Jersey Mike sub of the game. A sub above the rest. Check out a Jersey Mike's Utah location today. Okay, final thoughts. Keith, go.
Well, I think, Dev, there's been some learning opportunities for Snow Canyon, but I don't think they need to hang their head too low. They got another tough opponent next week, but I really think they'll be in the mix come region time, like we mentioned during the broadcast. I think they've got the pieces to be there.
And they got one more week to try to get that first win before region play. They'll go to Vegas to take on Centennial. Last report, we had 36-32. Desert Hills was leading over the Centennial, I think, Bulldogs team, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. All right. We're going to say goodnight to all of our streaming audience. Thank you so much for watching. If you get a chance, again, use our sponsors, products, and services. Couldn't do the amount of games and the production that we're doing, and we want to do more. So thank them and tell them you saw them here on the Fan Sports Network. Also, stay tuned. Honolulu Grill, Down East Furniture. They got a big Labor Day sale going on. Bucks Ace Hardware, all bringing you the post-game Region 9 wrap-up show with Paulie Ratliff after a quick timeout. Again, the final, 39-20, Cathedral beats Snow Canyon here tonight. Good night, everybody.
Good night.